Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the program today. This is your buddy. They call me Uncle Bruce. I started going live in 2021 January when Gamestop was going crazy, and I was answering questions, just trying to help people in plain English what's going on in the stock market. And someone said, "You're like my favorite uncle," and next thing you know, they call me Uncle Bruce, and here I am. Your Uncle Bruce is getting older, but he's still here, running along on the date today of Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. Wow! This May, in 2 months, this will be the 5th year that this channel has been in existence. 5 years in May. Wow! Just time flies when you're having fun with people, huh? Trying to figure out with those folks just what's going on in the market. Folks around here, if you're new to this channel and you're only gonna hang out for a minute or two and then you've had enough of me, a couple of things to understand. Okay, I have a face for radio, but I'm in front of this camera. A lot of people quote watch my show by just listening to me, so they don't have to look at this. So welcome to that. I'm sorry if it offends you, but this is what I got. This is the package deal. But most of the people who hang out here are option writers, stock option writers. And if you're new to this world, you're going to quickly figure out that a lot of what we talk about, you don't get it. You're so ingrained in your heads. You've been so brainwashed by Wall Street and the world around you. Okay, it's not your fault, by the way. I'm not telling you you're dumb or anything. I'm just telling you from the world from which you are coming from and landed here by mistake. You are now in the George Costanza world. This is Seinfeld, George Costanza, the opposite. Okay, George does the opposite and everything works out for him. Okay, here a lot of people have figured out that they have become George Costanzas, and they're just staying there. They're just going to continue to do the opposite of what everyone else in their family does at their offices, their friends and relatives, and you name it. Their entire community where they live. Their church, their golf buddies, their bowling friends, their I don't know, whatever whatever your world is. There are people here who have, in the last 5 years, 4.5 years, have learned how to do the opposite of what everyone else does in the market, and has continued to do it. And they now have their trading accounts are at levels they've never seen in their lives before. There are people here, literally people here, who are 40 to 80 years of age, that are single, married, widow or widowed, all demographics, all types, who now find that from time to time they get contacted by a friend, a relative, someone for investment advice because of how well they're doing. Some of my viewers are shocked because they used to be shunned or snickered at, maybe is the other word. They used to be talked about in the family as, well, so-and-so is watching a YouTube guy, and they're taking their money and they're doing this option stuff with this balding, white-haired, homeless Canadian guy who talks to them about doing the opposite of what everyone else does in the marketplace. And they like I said, these folks used to be teased or, kidded or whatever, and talked about behind their backs. And now, 6 months later, a year later, 3 years later, a lot of my viewers are going, yeah, I'm getting weird questions from some, really close friends or some relatives or distant relatives. Like I'm getting I'm getting phone calls or texts from friends of friends or, distant relatives of relatives asking me about what I do and how I make money in the market. It's an amazing turnaround. It really is. Some of you have not gotten there yet. And of course, some of you do not talk to your friends and relatives, especially relatives. There are certain relatives you don't want to hear from. You don't want anything to do with them. Anyway, welcome all to the program and welcome all to the world of option writing. Where here we just try to make money from a stock market by literally imitating, learning how to imitate and copy the kinds of trades that the most successful traders in the world do and have been doing for decades and decades and decades. And that is writing options for values up here and buying them back for values down here. The difference between here and here is usually time, just shrinkage of an option's value because it runs out of time. And some market movement that is happening. It's pretty easy though to kind of sit back and go, Uncle Bruce, you keep telling me about writing options on NVIDIA, and you tell me about writing these call credit spreads about like Tesla and Apple, the Magnificent Seven. You keep mentioning those guys. I've taken your classes, I've taken your lessons. Which are available on your website and all that. And I've done what you've told us to do. You keep telling me the same thing all the time, which is, well, why don't you just go to the NVIDIA quote page on your laptop or through your broker, your online broker. Check out where the stock is. Take a look then at where the options are for that stock. You can figure out, for example, if NVIDIA is trading at, let's see, right now in the pre-market, 121 or something, 120.71. Closed last night at 121.41. At 121.41, you could take a look at $140 call options. Those are 19 out of the money. They're like, way up there. Anybody who's buying a 140 call option on NVIDIA is a pretty optimistic person. They're looking for a movement higher of that stock because they're willing to pay $140 a share, theoretically, to with this option in their hand. But they got to buy the option first, which costs on top of the 140. Anyway, you're sitting there going, look, Uncle Bruce, I could theoretically sell a $140 call option on NVIDIA for that expires a week from this Friday, or the Friday after that, or the Friday after that, or the Friday after that, all the way down the line. Well, here's what I've noticed though. If I were to sell a 140 call option that dies a month from now, as opposed to 2 weeks from now, that 1 month 140 contract is worth more money than the one that dies only 2 weeks from now. And like you said, the reason is there's 2 weeks less time for the stock to get up and make this contract worth any money. Obviously, anybody who's going to pay to buy a 140 call option on a $120 stock that expires in 2 weeks, they're expecting a $20 move in the stock at least to make that contract worth anything. NVIDIA better come up with something big. So as an option writer, you're kind of going, well, why don't I just sell the one that goes for a month and I'll get that much money for it. And then in 2 weeks from now, when that 1 month contract only has 2 weeks to go, then I'll just buy it back for what the contract that's got 2 weeks left to go is trading for right now. Doesn't it stand to reason that if the shares are 120 now and they're at 120 2 weeks from now, even if though they fluctuate in the meantime, they're at 120, the same price today versus 2 weeks from now, doesn't it make sense to think that the 140 contract in 2 weeks from 30 days of life to 15 days of life will be worth a lot less money than what it's trading at now, and I'll just buy it back for that lower price? That's shrinkage. That's George Costanza jumping into a cold swimming pool. I can make money on shrinkage. The stock doesn't have to move at all. You figured that out as an option writer. You've gone, yeah, I can do a credit spread. I can write that 140. You can buy a 145. The difference between those two contracts is a credit. The credit is in my account. The stock doesn't do anything for 2 weeks. Those two contracts are shrinking in value because they're both losing time. And that credit spread is shrinking down. And I just close those two out. I buy one back, sell the other one off. They're gone. I keep the difference. And you're sitting there going, Uncle Bruce, you're talking about making where I can make like 4, 5, 6% on my money in like 2 weeks. This isn't very exciting on one hand, Bruce. Like on the one hand, this isn't all that exciting because you keep telling us that we can do $500 trades, $500 credit spreads. You write one contract for 140, you buy one contract for 145. It's a $5 differential. It's $500 in differential. We have to have 500 in equity. We bring in like $1 in equity, the spread differential between the two. My lessons will explain all this. And when I buy this thing back and close it out, I close it out with like a 40-cent value, and I keep 60 cents on the trade. Yep, you keep 60 cents on the trade. Well, wait a minute, that's $60 profit on a $500 position. Yeah, that's right. That's 12% on your money. If you bring in 70 cents and buy it back for 30 cents, you've cleared 40 cents on $500. That's 8%. If you brought in 60 cents credit and bought them back for 30 cents, you made a 30-cent profit, $30 profit on a $500 position, which is 6% in 2 weeks. And you do that every 2 weeks. You write a new batch and another batch and another batch. Write them, buy them back, write them, buy them back. All year round, 26 times a year. So 6% of my money, 6% on my money. See, well, Uncle Bruce, I can't live. Look, buddy, with $500, how am I going to become a millionaire? I mean, come on. Why don't I just buy $500 of a penny stock and let the $500 penny stock go up 100 times in value, and I'll get rich. And I say to you, you could do that. If only you knew what penny stock to buy today. If only you knew that today was the day that this penny stock that you just paid $500 for is going to become in 40 years from now. 40 years from now will be the next Apple computer. Of course, you're 45 yeyears old and you're going to be 85 when that happens. So, you're going to wait a long time for your 500 to. But in the meantime, instead of that, you could say, if I use $500 and make 6% return every 2 weeks on it, how much money can I make? How much can this money turn into? And I tell you to grab something known as this. This is a tool. Those of you who are less than 45 years old, this is a tool that was used by every school student in America and Canada and Europe through the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. I'm talking ancient history. Before you were born, many of you, this thing makes marks on paper. Oh, paper? Paper is a thing that it kind of does this. You can kind of flick it, and you can write on it. Like, you see, you can take a pen and you can make marks like that. It's incredible. And you can take like $500, you see, you write down $500 like that, you see, and then you add 6% to that number, and you get $30 of profit, you see, and you write this all down. And here's something, this never crashes. This is in your possession as long as you hold on to this thing for the rest of your life. Okay, you won't have a battery problem or a software problem or a virus. Okay, so $500, make 6% on it is $30 profit. Okay, take that to the bank. That's real. So now, what do you have now? We have now $530. You see, so you write that down. Okay, and then you add 6% on that. What do you make now? Well, if you know mathematics, if you don't, grab a calculator. What's a calculator? A calculator is a device that used to be its own device. They used to be really big, like a shoebox. They're now part of your cell phone. You figure out what 6% is on $530, and you'll come up with $31.80 because you're making $30 on the 500, and you're making $1.80 on the $30. And so now You've added 3180 in profit. And you now add that number to the 530. See, here it is right here. Sorry. So now you have $561.80. And you're going to add 6% profit to that. And that's going to come up with another number, which is going to be higher than this number, which is higher than this number. And you quickly start to figure out, wait a minute. You mean to tell me I can use a pen and a paper and my calculator on my iPhone to calculate how much money I can make on these kinds of trades, and I can compound my returns? Uncle Bruce, listen, I'm smarter than you. I don't have $500. I have $5,000. I'm not like trying to make 500 into a million. I'm trying to make 5,000 into like 20,000 or 30,000. Like, can you help me with that? Well, multiply this by 10, then do 10 $500 positions in the options market, make 6%. So instead of making $30 on your first trade, you're making $300 on your first trade. Your second trade is $318. And the third trade will be 6% of the $561. Now you make $360 something in profit. You're getting a raise every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, you're getting a raise. You can't get that at work. At your job, you're lucky to hang on to your damn job, let alone get a raise. 10 transactions later, do this, try this little formula here for like 15 times over, 10 times over, 20 times over, and just see, yeah, like 6 months from now, how much money is this money worth? And then just factor it out. You figure out, okay, I have 5,000. Someone says I have 5,000. Someone else says, well, I got 15,000. Someone else says, well, I got 7,000. It's all relative. 6% on money is 6% on money. Compounded, compounded, compounded. I don't know if you're going to make 6% in the first 2 weeks of doing this options trade. You might make 4%. You might make 8%. You might make your 6%, but you don't make it in 2 weeks. You make it in a week and a half. You make it in 3 days. You make it in 3 weeks and not 2 weeks. And the next trade is 1 week instead of 3 weeks. And it all averages out. When it's all said and done, you're going, on average, every month I do sort of 2 of these every month. Because I'm only writing 1 month contracts. They don't last a year. These contracts are only good for a month at a time. They have to expire in 30 days. They must expire in the time frame that they're written in. So I know there is a turnover coming here one way or another. They either die worthless, I roll them into something else between now and the end of their term. This is why you take my classes. Because again, you're new here, you're looking at me going, I don't know what he's talking about. I've never heard of getting rich at 6% every 2 weeks. I don't understand. I was told, Bruce, by my good friend at work, who I really respect because he knows how to write software. He's smart. He told me that option gambling is for losers. Well, is your software expert an expert in option writing? I don't think so. I don't think that's their specialty. You may want to look into option writing from those who do option writing, have experience in the option writing business. And so this channel here is drowning in people who are option writers, because that's what this channel has become in 4.5 years, coming up to 5 years. It's become an option writer's hangout. And there are a whole bunch of people here who write options, and I'm talking little old ladies. There are little old ladies here that do that. They don't consider themselves little old ladies, by the way, although some of them do. Some of them say, no, I like being called a little old lady, because when someone thinks of me as a little old lady, they leave me the hell alone. I don't get approached by 40-something hotshot young guys who think they know everything, and they want to pick my brain about option writing. They look at me as a little old lady and they leave me the heck alone. And I just make my $10,000 a month writing options in my kitchen, in my house. I travel in the wintertime down to Florida in a a 1-bedroom condo that I've purchased years ago with my husband, or the 2-bedroom house or whatever we got, and I just make my 10, 15, 20,000 a month. I hang out with Uncle Bruce. And then in the spring, I go back up north to Illinois or to Michigan or to Ohio, or I go up to Washington State, or I'll go back to Canada or wherever. And I do a little trip to Europe for 2-3 weeks a year, and I go see Paris for a while. I got friends of mine in England I catch up with, and I write options there, and then I come back to, I write options back at home, and then I come back south here and I write options here, and I'm just scoring money, and I'm a little old lady. Go screw yourself. Thank you very much. Well done. I have little old men here too. I have a lot of little old men, and they're not little. They're older. Let's just call my viewers, in some cases, mature viewers. I have mature viewers who are making a goddamn killing in the market here. I do have 20-somethings and 30-somethings here, for sure. I have young 30, 40-year-old viewers. Some of them have a problem. They have what is called the 8-second attention span disease, and they have a tough time folding their arms and watching money grow in front of their eyes. However, there's a cure for that. You know what the cure is for the 8-second attention span in making money? Making money. That's the cure. As these trades continue to pay off, whether you're writing call options that depreciate in value, whether you're running cash secured puts and taking gobs of money up front and daring the market to mess with you, all of these viewers of mine who write all these different option strategies because they've taken my lessons on my website, they begin to realize that it's kind of fun to sort of put your position out there, fold your arms like this, and just watch your account get more valuable. They can't believe. At first they can't believe it, but then they do believe it, and then they relish it. And my 8-second attention span people, how do they get over it? They have 10 positions going at the same time. They got 10 2-week positions happening simultaneously. And so they're nice and busy with each one of their trades. Each one of their trades is worth 5% of their account values. No one trade can ever get them in trouble. And they're just constantly monitoring their dollars, and they're watching the changes of all of their positions on a constant basis. And that satisfies their 8-second attention span adrenaline need for activity. And all in all, they write down with a pen and a piece of paper from time to time. Other times they do spreadsheets on their computers. They track how they're doing. And viewers around here are going, I can't believe it, Uncle Bruce. This market has been taking a dump now for 3 weeks until just the other day. We've had a bit of a bounce back. And just on the last 2 days of bounce backs, a bunch of my cash secured puts that I wrote 3 weeks ago, they were in the red. Like until day before yesterday, they were like slightly in the red. But they're running out of time too, so I don't care. And all of a sudden, the markets have bounced a little bit, and I'm already in the green, and the market hasn't recovered at all. The Dow isn't back to where it was. The Dow Jones, the high on the Dow Jones, let me just take a peek at this, 52-week high is 45,073. 45,073. It's 42,500 right now. We're down 2,500 points. We're still down, quite a bit of a percentage here, and yet my account is up. I'm richer than I was 3 weeks ago when we started falling off the table. I have more value in my account now than I had then, and the market hasn't recovered to where it was 3 weeks ago. How the hell does that work? Well, that works very well when you're an option writer, because option writers get a shock absorber drop. They don't get that stock drop that shareholders get. Shareholders get wiped out. Option writers don't get wiped out. They earn depreciation income, the income from depreciation, and from time depreciation, shrinkage. And they're looking for their options to go down in value. That's what we're talking about. We sell our options first, then we buy them back later for less money. And time makes that happen in many cases. But again, the reason they are doing this and the reason they're ahead now already on the market without it even coming all the way back is because they took some lessons on my website. And they hung around here for a while. They found that this gang of regulars is kind of a pretty cool bunch of people to hang out with. they've all done the same thing. They've all gone to my website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. They've gone there and they found this disturbing image. If you have the guts to go to my website, this is what you're going to look at. My face. You're going to look at my face. Have you got the guts to look at this again? My God, it's enough. I got to watch him live. Now I got to see his own website. Oh, no. Go to the class section. It says classes up there. You'll find the tab and you'll come here. Attention students, class is in session. Come on down and start scrolling. And here is where it all begins. You want to change your life? I think one way to change your life is enhance the knowledge of the market. And lesson number 1 and number 2 will give you a big start on what you're going to learn. An introduction on how to buy and sell call and put options, and an introduction on how to write call and put options. Those are your first 2 lessons. There's 18 of them. Accept that as a college course for dummies. Accept that as your stay-at-home college course that you can afford to take, as opposed to a $300,000 5-year loan package. You're not going to have a loan at the end of these 18 classes. You take them at your speed. You take them at your leisure. You can rewatch them again and again and again. There are no tests. There are no quizzes. By the time you finish the second class, you should now open up a practice account through any of the online brokerage firms that you are following. If you're dealing with Fidelity, or you're dealing with Webull, or you're dealing with Tasty Trade, or you're dealing with, I don't know who you're dealing with. There's a zillion outfits out there. You figure out the one that works for you. You're going to start to practice trade option writing. That's what you're going to start to do. All for nothing. No risk, no cost. You've taken a couple of my classes, and you're going to start to haul in money from writing options. And the whole strategy is, well, let's see if this works. I got a handle now with lesson number 1, lesson number 2. If you get those 2 lessons under your belt, are you ahead of the curve? Oh, yeah, for sure you are. You probably know more than half of all option gamblers already, because that's how uneducated most gamblers are in the option pit. Most retail investors who buy and sell options don't know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. They think they know. They don't know. Option writers are the smart ones. They're the casinos. You're halfway to becoming casino already. Now you take lesson 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, again, at your leisure, whenever you want, and keep on writing options in your practice account. I bet you within a couple of days, weeks, you're not gonna be able to take it anymore. You're not going to be able to handle it. It's going to kill you. You're going to say, no, I got to start writing my own options, Bruce. This is ridiculous. The amount of money that my practice account is already making, and the kind of trades that your viewers are talking about doing, I can do this. I can easily do this myself. And you're telling me, Uncle Bruce, you're actually saying to me, I don't need to own any stock to be an option writer? I know that I don't need to own stock if I want to buy an option. If I want to take a chance on NVIDIA going to $150 a share in a month, I can just buy a call option. I don't need to own any stock in NVIDIA, and I don't even have to exercise the option. If the stock were to go all the way up there, I would just sell that option for the value it's worth at that time, which is much more than right now, where the stock's 120. If the stock was to 150, my option is worth a lot more money at 150. So yeah, I'll just sell it. That's the point of making money in the option market as a buyer. Everyone else does that. I don't need to buy NVIDIA ever. True. But you can also be a writer and not own NVIDIA as well. Why put out $12,000 in cash to buy 100 shares of NVIDIA to write one call option? Why should you do that? You want to use all $12,000 you've got? That's all you got. You want to use all $12,000 to write one option? You can do that. It certainly works well inside of a 401k or an IRA or an RSP. It works great, and it's a great strategy. I say go with it. But if you're on the outside, you've got $12,000 cash in your account at your brokerage account. You set up an account with an online broker, deposit $12,000 to set up an option trading account. You don't have to buy 100 shares and write a contract. You can write call credit spreads on NVIDIA, you could probably write, I'm guessing, easily 20. You can do 20 $500 credit spreads. You know, the one where you make 6%. So you're using, say, 10 grand and make 6% on that in a couple of weeks. As my example that I used with a pen, old school, 6% on 10 grand is $600. That's 3 of my lessons right there. That's on your first go around. You do another go around to make 6% on that $10,600. Remember, you started with 12,000. Okay, you still got 12,000. You got 12,600 now, right? Because you made 600 on 10 grand. You didn't even use all 12,000. You write another 20 positions and make another $600. Again, theoretically, you just paid for another 3 lessons. You've now paid for 6 lessons. There's 18 of them. You're a third of the way through college. You haven't borrowed a dime from anybody. Welcome to the party, pal. There are people here who are now making 10 and 20 and 30,000 a month from their option writing. It's been 5 years. It's going to be 5 years coming up. That's one would expect 5 years after graduation. Now, to be fair to all of you, there's nobody here who's been writing options for 5 years because of me. There's nobody here. There's nobody here who's been writing options, I don't think, for 4.5 years. I think there are people here who've been writing options for about 4.25 years, roughly, and all the way up to now. Yes, and every day, every one of my viewers is 1 day more experienced as an option writer than they were yesterday. And tomorrow, they will be 1 day more experienced yet again. And everyone here who's an option writer now started somewhere writing an option for the very first time. And they were probably quite nervous about it, quite not so sure about it. They were kind of hopeful about it. But they were here a while and they picked up on how this is done, and classes have made the difference. And now they now are voracious absorbers of information, that everywhere they can get their hands on information. You can find out how to write a stock option from other sources, not just me. I'm not the only source. But I happen to have a YouTube channel, and I'm on the air 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. When the markets are open, I'm here. And as the creator of the classes, you can talk to the professor about option writing live, where you may find that you can find information from this website about how options work, but you can't talk to them about what they're trying to tell you. If you don't understand the fancy lingo some of these outfits use, you're screwed, because some of the lingo in the stock market is pretty crazy, because there are some people who think they're just so educated above you, they're going to use fancy words just to dominate you, and I just find it insulting. Here it's just plain English. We either have more buyers and sellers or more sellers and buyers. And we have options that go up and down in value. We have stocks that go up and down in value, and we have options that expire. And we just take advantage of the spreads, and we take the dough. We let the gamblers gamble, and viewers here are casinos, and they write the options. They sell the options that the gamblers want to buy. And they are mimicking and impersonating the largest institutional investment houses around the world. And that's all they're doing. They're doing exactly what they're doing at Berkshire Hathaway. They're doing exactly what California teachers' pension funds are doing. They're doing exactly what the Pershing hedge fund guys are doing, Blackstone, Fortress Capital, I can't even name them. There are thousands of hedge fund operators out there around the world, not just in America, the world, that write options. They have employees that are option writers who make gobs of money being option writers because they get a percentage of the profits. And they make these firms a lot of money. And that's why these top people are in private jets all the time. They live a life you'll never know. They don't need to win the lottery. They don't need to win a Powerball to get into a private jet. They make enough money every week, every month, every year, where they fly wherever they want to go in a private jet at their choosing. I'm just trying to get you to mimic these guys with your capital. You don't have $1 billion to play with? Don't worry about it. You got 20 grand, you got 8 grand, you got 5 grand, you got 30 grand, you got 300,000, 700,000. You can do option writing at any level and do exactly what they're doing, make exactly the same percentage of money they're making, but just from your demographic. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the channel. Nice of you to join me today from around the world. I'm just a guy in front of a computer trying to tell you in plain English what the hell is going on and how you can make money in this market. That's all I'm trying to do. Nothing else. A Deep Value is here. The second thumbs upper today. Big E, Richard Carlin, welcome all. Robert, as always, welcome, sir. CKT is here. Andre Delatorre is here. Even Andre Delatorre knows you write options and make money that way. Rice Checks is here. Aurora the man. I only voted no today on your poll question. I'm sure GameStop will have good earnings, which means it'll do the opposite of what it should do because it's GameStop, see? Because my poll question today is simple. If you've taken a look at it, I'm asking you, GameStop earnings will be released after the close today. The shares will be either higher or lower tomorrow. Tell me what you think. Will GameStop be higher or lower? 201 people have already responded to this question. So I'm trying to get you guys to go out on a limb. Will they be higher or lower tomorrow after the earnings? They come out tonight and we trade tomorrow. What happens? 57% of you are thinking the shares are going higher, Bruce. 43% say you're going lower. 103 of you out there have been kind enough, studious enough, energetic enough, and loyal enough. You've hit the thumbs up button for me. And we're already at 103 thumbs ups. Thank you very much. Keep them coming in. We're looking for 200 every day. Chase, Rosita Parker, I'm number 22. Eddie, I'm number 20. Richard, congratulations on 5 years coming up, Bruce. Lord Sylvan, Laura Sylvan, hey, Uncle B, on a train from Rome to Milan right now. Options paid for this trip. First class from Vancouver. Thanks, eh? That's another thing about the viewers of this channel. I love these. Love this. Andrea, number 40. Buongiorno. Mitch, happy 50th anniversary, Uncle Bruce. By the way, what's your thoughts on Ford bending the knee? I have no idea what's going on there. Lord, again, thanks to time difference, I'm actually awake for your live show because here in Europe, it's the afternoon and you're on nice and early out there. It works for me here in Rome, in Italy. Welcome. I love it. On a train, watching this show live, trading options. That's the other thing about folks around here. Viewers around here have this little habit where they'll take a trip. The money that they're using to take a trip is from option profits from all the gamblers who are just throwing it at them. And they leave their house and come back, 3 weeks later, a week later, a month later, 3 months later, however long they're traveling for. And when they get back home, in the meantime, they've been trading anyway and building their values. They have more money in their accounts when they get back than when they left, even while spending on the road. That is the win-win of being an option writer. If you can make $5,000 a week on average writing options, and you spend $3,000 a week to live, travel, indulge, and enjoy yourself, you're going to make $2,000 more than you spend. And when you get home a month later, there's $8,000 more in your account than when you left. And you have no balance on your credit cards. Because you use your credit cards and get all those points, which you use to upgrade your flights and all that good stuff, free hotel stays, whatever the promotions are, and you pay the balance in full all the time. As a matter of fact, you probably carry a credit balance in your credit card all the time. You never go into debit. And you earn the points, you spend the points, and you make money writing options. Welcome all to the program. Does this sound like the opposite of your existing existence of your life today? Then you've joined the George Costanza party. This is what George Costanza started to do when he did the opposite. Came up to that beautiful girl at the diner, said, I couldn't help but notice you were looking in my direction. And she says, yeah, you just ordered the same sandwich that I ordered. And he says, my name's George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents. And she looks at him and says, huh, I'm Victoria. Hi. George has a new girlfriend. I mean, do the opposite? Oh, my God. Good morning to all from Charlie. Stock Jockey, welcome to the party, pal. Jeff is in the house. JR, how you doing, pal? Number 48. Good morning, everybody. Let's get that moolah. Let's get our hands on this stuff. James of the Misty Treat. Good morning, everybody. Lucky 52 here. GFY, 32.50 cents a share earnings is my guess for GameStop. Specifically, 42 or higher is my hope, and 30 would be my bet. There you go. Dude, I have to reset my paper. Crumbles up piece of paper. I got to figure out how to use these pens. What are these things? Sharon is in the house, number 66. Lee Mortimer is here. Roaring Kitty is here. So is Lee again. Numbers Mandu, number 5, number 71. Dude, I think of myself as a tiny old man, 2 inches tall. I have a catapult. I have to catapult myself at the space bar. Bobby, Stock Goat Kyle, newest video has April 30th in the title. Wondering if that's the earnings date. I have no idea what Bobby is asking or saying. Matt, good morning, everybody. Katie, good morning, everyone. Ray, I'm 29 years old. My attention span has gone from 8 seconds to 10 seconds since joining this bagel gang. Now I got to go and do my day job teaching music to kids with a 3-second attention span. Now, Ray, go forward a little while in the future, and the hope I have is that you'll be saying to me, yeah, I'm 30 years old. I have a 15-second attention span. And I said goodbye to those 3-second attention span kids last year. I now write options as a full-time gig. I am never going back. Ray might be the kind of person that might be saying to me in a couple of years, hi, Bruce, I'm Ray. I have a 20-second attention span. I'm on a cruise ship right now from Australia to New Zealand, where I'm in the middle of an 8-week vacay, writing options on board this cruise ship, way down here, having a great time. Thank you, gamblers. That, I think, is Ray's future, perhaps. It should be kind of fun. Zach, hey, good morning, everybody. I'm number 81. Samuel, I'm 82. Larry, good morning. I'm number 84 on your thumbs up meter. We are 16 minutes away from opening in this market. Jeff, good luck, Ray. As a retired teacher, I feel for you, buddy. I feel for you. Stock Jockey, giddy up. A Roaring Kitty, do we need to take the first 2 option classes if we've already been trading options a few years and have a base understanding? Yeah, I think you should. I really do. I'm not doing it because, they're $200 each and I'm a greedy bugger. I think you'll pick up some little tips in there and you'll go, oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that. Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't know that. Because each lesson builds on the next one. You see, I've taken the luxury. I've taken I've done the work to number each of these classes, which psychs you out. Some of you guys get psyched out because you're looking at me going, wow, I've written options for years and I've made and lost all kinds of money. I know what the hell I'm doing. I don't need to take lesson number 1. I should be in the 3rd year of this guy's program. The problem, of course, is that all the knowledge from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to 18, you're only getting now part of the message. Look, I'm not calling you dumb or anything, and I'm not trying to brag either, but it just makes sense that as a college kind of course, and again, I'm using that term very loosely. This isn't a college course. It's just a guy in front of a whiteboard, in front of a live audience, doing classes. And you, as a student, will sit there and listen and go, what kind of questions are these people asking this guy? And you're going to figure out very quickly that the questions that he gets asked in lesson number 1, you pretty well know the answers to. Although there'll be some statements made that you go, I didn't realize that. Thought I knew all this. Then class number 2, the questions get more interesting. 3, 4, 5, 6, you'll begin to notice that the questions coming back from these students now into class 4, 5, 6, which took months to put together, they're getting more sophisticated. And by the time you get to lesson 13, 16, the questions coming back at the prof are nothing like the questions in class 1, 2, or 3. And now you're realizing, oh yeah, this is a cumulative thing. This is knowledge on top of knowledge on top of knowledge. It's like Cyberdyne systems in the movie The Terminator. Cyberdyne systems get smarter and smarter every week, every month. That's what's happening here with my option writers. They're getting smarter and better at this. You may find that the first class, piece of cake. Second class, got it. Yeah, no problem. Third, fourth, fifth class, 60% of what was being said in there you already know. Then the 7th, 8th, 9th class, you only know half of it. And then by 11, 12, 13, 14, you're going, I only know a quarter of this stuff. Like there's a whole learning curve here. It's your chance to refresh yourself, to just re-identify yourself with it. But again, it's your call. You can just watch lesson number 8 and go to 18 if you want. I can't make you take 1, 2, and 3. You can take them in whatever order you want. It's up to you. And I do have viewers, honestly. I've had viewers who have admitted to me privately many months later, yeah, I just watched your last 5 classes because I thought I was smarter than you, or that I knew as much as you were saying, or I've been around, Bruce. You don't have to show me this basic stuff. And then they say to me, yeah, I watched the last 6 classes that you had. Then I watched the first 12 just to kind of fill it in. Others here have never taken a class. They've only been here. They've only watched me live. They've never become a member of the channel. They'll never be a Gold Bagel member. They'll never admit to themselves that they need any kind of help or knowledge or anything like that. They're just way too proud to just go, no. I can pick it up. I'm a smart guy. And there are those out there, and again, the world is different everywhere. There are those out there who say, I will never give him a dime of my money. Everything he does on YouTube should be for free. I have to watch those stupid ads at the beginning of the show, and I'm never giving him a dime. Screw you, Uncle Bruce. I'm just going to take, and I'm never going to give. It's okay. It's all right. I don't take it personally. I'm just a guy on YouTube in front of a computer that has a camera that is trying to tell you in plain English how to make money in the market. And you can be an option writer and make a lot of money in the market consistently, day in, day out, week in, month in, year out. If you know how to write options and you figure out what works for you, and there are so many ways to do this, you're going to invest in yourself to do it. If you're just giving me your time, that's worth money. Sure is. Time is money. If you're becoming a member of this channel, great. If you're going to become a class taker, great. Every dime you put in and every minute you put in to learning how to become an option writer is going to make you a better option writer. It matters not. And so you have to ask yourself, what is it you want? So want to make a couple of $100 extra a week writing some calls? You want to make $1,000 a month extra money just so that you don't have to do a part-time job at Starbucks or be a greeter at Walmart, depending how old you are and what you're doing? You want to quit a part-time job you have right now? You got a full-time job and a part-time job, and you're dying to get rid of that part-time job. If I can make the kind of money that the part-time job pays me now, I can quit that damn thing and just work full-time only. I work from home, so I'm in front of the market. I'm in front of the computer. I got Uncle Bruce over here, and I got my boss over there, and I got my Zoom meetings over there. Great. Then that's a liberation for me. For some of you, you're going, no way, Uncle Bruce. I will not be satisfied until, number one, I am making enough money to replace my day job. And I don't work for anyone ever again. I only work for my own assets. That's all I want to do. And I'm prepared to take your lessons, prepared to be a member of your channel. And I'm in because I want to join a whole bunch of these people who are already members of your channel, who are here 3-4 years already. I want to be with that group right there. I want to join this family of option writers, and I want to travel. I want to go traveling to Italy as well. I want to go on a first class train ride. I want to stay in a 5-star hotel. I want to be able to drop $80, 50 euros for my spouse and I, my significant other and I, 60 euros, and not even think about it. I want to be in that position. But I might be the complete opposite of that. I might quit the day job and work from home and be a miser and just pile my cash up because that's my personality. It's okay. Whatever you want. It's your life. There's no right or wrong way to live it. It's just up to you how you want to get there. But you've got to want to invest in yourself one way or the other. And if you're just hanging out here tolerating this balding old man that has glasses with all the glare in it and no fancy graphics going on, if you can handle this, you can make a killing in the options market. I mean, if you can handle watching me for an hour a day or 2 hours a day, you can make a killing in the option market. That's easier than this. It's got to be. Just got to be. I mean, look at me. Really? I'm just a guy trying to get by here. A giddy up, says Stock Jockey. The man, I struggle with the attention span, but that is only because I know there's so much money to be made. I feel like it can always be making more. There you go. Katie, I'm number 75. Roaring Titty, I'm number 93 today. Welcome. Thank you, Roaring Titty. Thank you for the question today. Katie, yes, congratulations, Uncle Bruce. You taught us so much over the years, and we're incredibly grateful for your time and dedication. Thank you so much. Your words are great, everyone. I love you guys. Steve, stocks only go up, they never go down. Right? Dude, okay, just a cautionary thought. If anyone signed up for 23andMe genetic testing, please log in again and delete your data in the settings. If they go into bankruptcy, who knows where your data ends up? Well, you can play that game. It's all the way up to you. I have a suspicion what's going to happen is the bankruptcy court hires a liquidator. That's the standard rule. The liquidator is going to liquidate the business. There will be offers made to the world. Does anyone want to buy 23andMe? I know there's a buyer for 23andMe. I know of one. I think all of you who are here, you know who the buyer is going to be of 23andMe. You all know who it is. She just resigned as CEO and is the chairman of the board, and she's made 2 or 3 offers to already buy the company. She's just going to buy it from the liquidator at pennies on the dollar and make it a private co and move on. We all know what's going to happen. So the data that's in there has every reason to stay there because you know who is going to drop millions of dollars to buy it and want to keep everything in the vault and grow the company from a private angle. But you have to decide for yourself if this is okay with you. It's all right. Do whatever you want. Mitch, just a few more things Uncle Bruce and Trump have in common. There's a couple things. Both are fighters. They can speak hours without a script and are married to celebrities. You see, well, Auntie Jen, my Auntie Jen is so famous that, she hides from the camera, of course. I'll tell you what, though. I'll show you a picture of Auntie Jen and I. We went out the other night and, we're having a good old time. Thing is that, she's such a rock, she likes to, like when we go out in the desert, she lets me open my tie up a little bit. Like once in a while I can go out of the house without a tie on. But notice how cool she is. It might be 90 degrees out, but look how cool she is there with that dress of her. The other day we were going out for groceries, and we went in the Tesla, went for a little drive. We saw one of those bagel shops in the desert. But she just wanted to wear something that was a lot more comfortable than just, blue jeans or sweatpants. But she made me get all dolled up because she said, you never know when the paparazzi's out there, Uncle Bruce. We gotta look our best out in public, And so out we went, and I'll tell you, when we walk around Costco looking like this, you bet your sweet bippy there's a lot of photographs taken of us. Of course, at nighttime, I kind of like to get out once in a while and sneak out, and just kind of walk the streets of Palm Desert, California. Go up and down El Paseo, and deck myself out. After all, I'm representing my channel and my viewers. These viewers of mine are winners. And I want to show off just, how my viewers really feel about the market and how they're doing in the options market. But I will tell you that if you become an option writer on this channel and you start making more money than you can from your day job, and you quit your day job, I'll tell you that the day you quit your day job, this is what you're going to feel like. Watch this. Right there. That's what you're going to feel like. You're going to feel like Andy Dufresne, like you just climbed through a pipeline full of poo, 1,500 feet long, came out the other side like a newborn baby. And you've been liberated, baby. This is what your life is now going to be like from here on out. You're going to look this good. You're just going to look this darn good. I don't care if you're a guy or girl. Look at how good this guy looks. Look at that confident face. Because you do this. You're doing what this guy's doing. Shrinkage and doing the opposite. That's right. This is the face of a winner. Oh my goodness gracious me! It's too much fun. Love George Costanza. Love Seinfeld. Welcome to the party, pal. I'm just trying to help you make some bucks. Okay. You can play the game of, well, I'm just going to buy the dips. Whenever the market goes down, I'll be a buyer. When the market goes up, I'll be a seller. When the market goes down, I'll be a buyer. The market goes. Of course, no one tells you when that is. You're just supposed to figure it all out by yourself with magical. Around here, option writers just say, I don't care what direction the market goes. I really, I can't control it. I know I can't control it. And so I'm just going to go with the market. The market wants to do this, I'll do that. The stock that I follow does this, I'll do this. I'm here to make money from shrinkage of options. The expiry date is my secret weapon. That's the kryptonite that I've got. It knocks off superheroes. Anyway, there you have it. Giddy up, everybody. Just welcome all to the program. What else is going on here? Happy Tuesday. Time to fill our pockets. Charlie going, yes, sir. I love making money here. What else? Jamie, hey, Bruce, you bastard. You told us to take all our money and take all our empties back and borrow from our friends and neighbors. And you told us to put everything into 23andMe and just load up the boat. What do you have to say to yourself for yourself now? You bastard. You told us to buy a SPAC. Did I? Did I tell you to put everything you had into one SPAC? Did I? Really? Have you got evidence of that? My channel, you can go back to my channel and look up every single video I've ever made. They're still there. I haven't deleted any videos. Go check it out. You find the videos where I said to everyone watching me to take everything you have and buy SPAC stocks and nothing but SPAC stocks. Don't buy any of the Magnificent Sevens. Don't buy any IBM. Don't even think about writing options. Just go long and buy these companies. You go ahead and find that, Jamie, and you let us know, okay? I have a suspicion that you're not going to find anything like that. Am I happy that 23andMe is where it's at? Do I look happy to you? I don't think so. But, we've been here for 4.5 years talking about 23andMe and SoFi and Rocket Lab and all the others that, there were eight SPACs that I talked about way back when. There were 7 or 8 other stocks I talked about way back when. And then I've talked about 1 million different option trades that you could be doing as a writer since. And you have to ask yourself, was I pushing people into penny stock as a specialty? Figure it out. Welcome all to the program. It's nice to have you here. Jeff, hey, hang in there, folks. The attention span issues get better. Get a paper trading account and make real trades. Practice makes perfect. Literally everything in the internet never goes away. Mandu, I second Jeff. Robert, sorry I left early last night. I fell asleep. Nice picture though, buddy. Amy J, good morning, Dr. Bruce. The markets are open, by the way. Stock guy, I'm number 139. Good morning, I'm 141, says Bryson. Charlie, you're a lucky man, Uncle Bruce. Anti-Gen is so beautiful. Stock guy, looks like SoFi wants to breach $14 a share today. We will see. Lovely shrinking cash secured puts right now. I love this game. Charlie, and she makes you bagels 5 days a week. I mean, talk about walking around in a slinky dress like that around the house, you'd think I'd be completely sidelined with not being able to pay attention to you. That's why I'm on so early in the morning. She's still sleeping, because when she's walking around like that, I have a tough time paying attention to the computer. It's not easy being me. Anyway, there you are. Jamie, he also told everyone the problems on the outset. There's risk in the market. It's up to every investor to evaluate that risk, full stop. So dude is kind of giving it to Jamie now. Welcome to the party, pal. Says Stock Jockey Splair. Okay. Oh, it's today after the close of the earnings. Yes. Today's earnings for GameStop. Larry Titus, the bells have rung. Bruce, we're open. We're trading. Everyone on this channel is going to try to make money today. That's what I'm hoping. I want you guys to get richer. Please get richer today. Just get richer. Let's get on with it. We move on. We move forward. We're up 51 on the Dow, I think. We're up about 11 on S&P. We're up 34 on NASDAQ. So we've got a little bit of gain here. Oil up 43 cents a barrel. That's the story at the moment. GameStop 25.58 down 4 cents. First thing in the morning trade. SoFi is up 8 at 13.80. ASTS is up 2 cents. We'll let these stocks open up and get their bids and asks going here. Splair, honestly, from every one of those SPACs, you could write lower and lower and lower again, probably the same amount back that you invested at least. You still own the shares. Richard Carlin, neat. Ricardo, go members. Splair, I was so stupid that I bought leveraged positions that force you out after 10, 25% drops on earnings. They can as well end up at zero. Not happening with calls, except you buy them. Interesting stuff. Welcome all to the program, everybody. Thank you for joining me from around the world. Thank you for becoming members of this channel. This is the absolute best compliment that anyone can make for this channel here, becoming a member. Subscribing, become a member, join the party, pals, learn how to write options, take the money off the table, and move on. Let's make dough. I love it when the viewers let me know. Hey, Uncle Bruce, look, I joined your channel 2 years ago, and when I started watching you, I had a full-time job, but I was worried about getting laid off. It looked like they were going to cut, half the positions around here, and I was worried about being let go. And I started taking your classes just one by one. Every week I'd watch another one, and I'd watch another one, and I'm watching you every day. I watch your reruns every night to make sure I don't miss anything. And I just decided that I would, apply myself to learning how to become an option writer. And I had 200 shares of GameStop, and I had 100 shares of Apple that I've had forever. And I just started writing options on the Apple and on my GameStop. That's how I started. And I couldn't believe it. I started bringing in like $500 every month just in premiums. And then I learned how to write poor man covered calls. All of a sudden I started bringing in $1,500 a month. And all of a sudden I'm sitting here going, well, I make $4,000 at work, and I'm making $1,500 here on the side doing this. I'm bringing in $5,500 a month now. Hey, I'm adding to my account quite nicely here, waiting for my boss to tell me to get lost. By the time they did tell me to get out, I was already making $3,000 a month in option premiums by the time the boss got rid of me. And I didn't get a new job because I noticed that by not having to go to work and not having to travel and commute and eat lunch at the office, or buy a coffee at the coffee shop next door, or have a drink or two after work with some pals, I was spending hundreds of dollars a week to be there that I wasn't being compensated for. That was coming out of my pocket. That $1,000 that I'm not making now, I used to spend that downtown at the office. I was living on $3,000 a month, and I'm still living on $3,000 a month, and it's all me here. I'm doing just fine, thank you. I'm still growing my option writing revenues. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. I'm getting smarter every week, every month, and here we are. In some cases, some of these folks are 2-3 years down the road, and they're going, I'm making $8,000 a month now. I'm averaging $12,000 a month. Uncle Bruce, I'm doing $30,000 a month between my retirement accounts and my margin accounts, and I'm growing that retirement balance to levels that I never thought would be possible until I was in my 60s. It's happening in my 40s. And I now know that in 15 years, when I officially take Social Security and all that crap, I got a pension plan over here that is going to make me way more money every month than I would have ever gotten from anything else. And looking at what's happening now with Social Security threats, that these might be cut back or there might be interruptions in Social Security payouts and all this crap, boy, am I glad I found you. I mean, my God, am I glad I found this channel to beef up my 401k, my IRA, my RRSPs. I don't want to depend on the government to get by because I can't depend on my government to get by. I've just figured that out. The guys in Washington that run the show over there are not interested in literally looking after the seniors of this country like previous administrations. It's just not there. And there are people out there who support these guys to say, yeah, take the money away from the rich. The rich. Really? Yeah, 80-year-old seniors getting checks every month. Take the money away from those people. What? What is going on out there? I don't know. I'm just a guy in front of a computer trying to help you guys get richer. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you all. Brian, March 21, ASTS was 24. It's 29.50 now. This is insane. I like this game. Well, you know, ASTS, if you've written cash secured puts on that, you're laughing. Charlie, stink bits set to close my $18 and $20 put spreads on Gamestop. I'm looking for an 85% profit on spreads that I wrote last Thursday. Not bad. That's a lot quicker than 2 weeks, isn't it? You got to love this game. Rice checks, Tesla nosediving this morning. By the way, excuse me, everybody. Hubert Basinski is a brand new member of this channel. Welcome, my friend. Gold Bagel level, no less, has joined the penthouse level of this channel. Welcome, my friend, and thank you for joining us. This means, of course, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern, you can join us for Primetime Live. Gold Bagel members only. Way to go, man. And, of course, every morning, 8 o'clock Eastern, you are part of the Gold Bagel family for the Trade Alert Show. Half an hour before this show begins every day. There's a reason why people are Gold Bagel members, and those are two of them. The third reason is probably the most important. They have a way of just making money in the market. We seem to have rather happy Gold Bagel members around here, and I'm pumped about that, of course. Thank you all for joining us from wherever you are on the planet. Welcome, Hubert, to the family. Thank you again for joining me today. Market right now, we're up 43 on the Dow, right at the moment. Continuing yesterday's 600-point gain, 580, whatever it was. We're at 1375 on SoFi, up 3 cents. ASTS is down 2 cents, holding up. They're pretty good, 29.28. Rocket Lab, 20.06, down 14. GameStop down 1 penny, 25.60. AI up 17 cents. Supermicro up $1.22. Nvidia's up 134. Tesla is down $1.50. Hardly a drop of any significance, although we'll say it was 283 at the opening, got down to 275, and now we're 276.80. So there's volatility in Tesla. Well, there should be. We've had quite a run from the 400s, high 400s to the low 200s, and here we are 270 or something. Welcome to the party, pals. What else going on? Palantir's up 12 cents. MicroStrategy up down 61. Costco's up 42 cents. Where are we at here? Google is up 91. Apple's up 91 cents. Microsoft up 142. So these magnificent sevens are hanging in there. Netflix up $7. Facebook up 478. Amazon up 141. There you go. Watching the markets open and settle in, and we'll see what's going on. 51-point gain now on the Dow, 5.5 on S&P. Let's refresh my page and see if I can get a more accurate look here. 36-point gain on the Dow, 5 points S&P, 23 NASDAQ, and we're up 45 cents on oil. So it's green right now at the moment. James of the Mystery Tree, Hubert, welcome to the party, pal. Hubert, thank you for the warm welcome. Charlie, welcome. Hubert, welcome to the show and the gang. Bobby, journaling of shares have begun. By the time it switches from the Canadian to US dollars, Trump should be close to global tariff announcement to drop the market again. We'll see what happens. Deep value, Charlie C2, me too. I couldn't buy back yesterday. People are talking about something. I tried to close my, Charlie's trying to close his position. Deep value is also looking at closing his. And there you go. There's the story. Of course, every day that goes by, these put credit spreads run out of time. And that kills them as well. And this works in the favor of my viewers. GameStop now up 13 cents to 25.77. The higher the shares go, the further time goes by, these credit spreads die worthless. And my viewers are taking advantage of the shrinkage, saying, thank you, sir. May I have another? There you go. SoFi up now 6 cents. ASTS up 9. Rocket Lab down a dime. GameStop up 16. AI up 15. We're going a little bit higher at the moment. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us today. For the poll question of the day and the thumbs up meter, thank you for helping out. We had 140 odd thumbs ups, and then we got to 150. We're at 151 now, still trickling through here. 49 away from 200. Thank you for that. And we have 266 answers for the question of the day, which is GameStop earnings will be released after the close today. The shares will be higher or lower tomorrow. Those of you who think the shares will be higher, 61% saying their share will be higher. 39% saying it's going to be lower. So it's right now 50% more thinking higher than lower at the moment. 270 votes are in. Thank you for participating in that. And thanks for finding the thumbs up button and nailing it for us. We'd love to get to 200 thumbs up ASAP. 157 now and counting. Thank you very, very much. Hey, question for you guys, if you have a minute. When you watch my show, like live, what ads are you getting? Like, are you getting a pre-ad before my show comes on if you click on me? Who was advertising to you? I'd love to know. Are they national brands? Are they local car dealers? I mean, what kind of ads are you getting? Are you getting high-end collectible stuff like, Jimmy Choo shoes? Or are you getting advertised craft dinner? I mean, who's advertising to you? If you remember, let me know. For those of you watching on the rerun, if you watch me on the reruns, I would love to know what advertisers are advertising to you and how many ads do you get? Because YouTube puts ads into my rerun shows probably every 5 minutes or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I'd love to know that. It's kind of curious. I'm just curious about that. Thank you, everybody. Andrea, okay, now just wrote a call credit spread on Meta. Oh, right on. Wrote 720 call, and then I bought a 725 call. So I'm ahead of the stock. Meta right now is sitting at 624, and here we have a 720 and a 725. So we're talking way out of the money. Very good. They expire in 52 days. And I got a $67 credit for that. So $500 is the cost of this, is what the capital you need to do this trade. $67 has come in, which is just short of, just short of 13% for a 52-day transaction. Now, I have a suspicion Andrea will not wait 52 days to close this trade out. Andrea will be sitting there with her fingers like this or arms folded like this, and she's going to watch this market. And if this afternoon the markets take a profit-taking move lower and Meta goes down $20 a share to 605, she'll be sitting there going, "Oh, geez, I'm $100, $115 out of the money with these contracts." They will likely drop in value this afternoon, and that spread will already start to shrink out. It might be down to 50 cents this afternoon, and she might be going, "I'm already up $17 for each one I did." Okay, if you got $5,000, you can do 10 of these, bring in $670, and watch the shrinkage take place. If in a week from now, If Andrea is sitting here a week from now and the stock is sitting at 625 where it is now, or 650 or 600, and these contracts are still a country mile out of the money, chances are that these contracts will have lost value. Even if the stock is running up a little bit, they will still lose value because they are so far out of the money, and every day takes another chunk of time away. Right now, 52 days includes weekends. So we're talking 7 weeks, 7 weeks. 1 week from now, that's 15% shrinkage of time gone. Can't come back. If the stock drops $15, $20 a share and a week of shrinkage has gone through, the loss is more than 15%, which is what she's after. She's looking to buy these back for 20 cents, 15-cent credit. She'll keep the 50-something cent profit on this thing, 10% on her money in what, a week or 2 or 3? Thank you very much. Andrea says, I hear you. Giddy up, J-Boy, ARK Venture Fund ad for me. That's what I got. I got an ARK Venture Fund. That's interesting. Jared, I got premium YouTube, no ads. Rock and roll. Hubert, getting ads for brokers and skipping the ads. Right on. Corinne, no ads. I have premium. James, lately I nearly always get Coinbase and Robinhood ads. These are ads targeted to you through me. Very interesting what YouTube is doing here. John, I never watched the ads. YouTube Premium is so worth it, Bruce. John, Jeff Glass, it's usually an investment company or an investment app ad, but I hit skip as soon as possible. I don't really pay attention, and that's what most people do. Fair enough. Charlie, 90% of my ads are for Moomoo and Coinbase. Bobby, NVIDIA call spreads are feeling another day of shrinkage, Bruce. A beautiful story here. A beautiful stay. Stay here for 2 weeks, and I'll exit stage left on the call spread. Bobby, well done, buddy. You've taken the dough. Giddy on up, man. Why not? Well done. NVIDIA right now, 119.54 down 188. That makes call spreads even shrink faster. Right on. Real, I get Moomoo and Coinbase free range. Sadly, I black out until the skip ad button appears. I hear you. Andrea, laughing out loud. Andrea in Italy is a male name, laughing out loud. I'm 47 years old, 6'6", 235 pounds, man. Laughing out loud. Again, I have no idea. How do I know? I have women that use men's names. I have men that use their own names, and I have no idea. Buddy, make nothing but money, please. I love it. Buongiorno. This is fantastic. Andre Delatorre, I got Dahlstrom Kitchen Chef Knives. That's what they're advertising to me. DH, I get Carvana ads. Haven't bought a car in 5 years. They're sensing your time is coming. Andre, it's all a mess. I know. It's okay. It's not a problem. Andre, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Look, some of you purposely use names so that no one knows, who you are. I get it. Hey, this is the social media world, and there are trolls out there. So hey, it's okay. Whatever works. I'm easy going. Love it. I love it. I love it. B Tizzle, we're all dudes. We're all dudes. I have some very prolific female option writers that follow this channel. They do really, really well. And they have had, I've had a number of one-on-ones with a number of my female viewers. And Jen and I welcome them with open arms, of course, because it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. This market doesn't care. Writing options, the app doesn't care who pushes that button and who makes the dough. It doesn't matter. It's an open playing field for all. I congratulate all of you. Congratulate all of you, men and women, who are making money here. Let's just take the dough off the table. Thank you very much. Let's go. Okay, we're now down 32 on the Dow. We had that little go up, and now we're backing off, and we're going to test this market. We're going to see if there's any resilience here. Is there an urge to get into this market from market participants? Are they feeling that this dip has been had and there's a recovery on their way, or is this a dead cat bounce happening over 3 or 4 days? We're going to know later on. So we're down 42 on the Dow. We're down about 3 points on S&P. We're down 14 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 56 cents a barrel. The VIX is still down 18 cents to 17.30, which is still positive on the session so far. All right. I'm a dude, says dude. Pick comb on the internet. Nobody knows that you are a dog. Dom, Webull, Coinbase, and Moomoo ads, Bruce. That's who's advertising to me. Also, I got cruise ads on Instagram offering 50% off with Princess Cruises. That's the norm, isn't it? N8, good morning, Bruce, and Auntie Jen. Nader is in the house. Welcome, Nader. Jarrett, writing options is true meritocracy. Let's go. Austin is here. I wrote an SMCI Iron Condor that's expiring April the 17th. I got a 31.34 on the SMCI puts. The stock right now is 42.50. So 31.34 on the puts and 57.60 on the calls. And I got a 53-cent credit. It's the first Iron Condor I've ever done. And this cost $300 to do. So to write this Condor with a $3 spread, 31.34, 57.60, you need to have $300 of equity or capital to back up this trade. So for $300, he gets a $53 credit for a Condors that die on the 17th of April. It's 3.5 weeks. Beautiful. That's good stuff. That's what, 18% return on your dough? $53 on 300. Yeah, $60 is 20%. Not bad. Not bad. Austin, well done, my friend. And it's only a matter of how many you do. You do 1 or 10 or 3 or 18 or 45, whatever your comfort zone is, my friend. And it's a great way to learn and watch. And now you'll pay attention to this trade because you're in it. You're now going to pay close attention to that stock. 42.38 is where it is. SMCI, Super Micro. It's up 66 cents today. And as long as the shares stay over $34 and under 57, anywhere in that range, these contracts will be worthless at the end of their life. And Austin he might not buy them back ever. He may never close this position. He'll just let them die worthless and keep all $53. If this trade goes down to 10, 15 cent credit, he might close it out at 11, take 42 cents out of the 53, and then write another Condor for 3 weeks down the road at that time. You never stop writing. Austin, well done, sir. Bobby, I'm a premium payer, so I don't get any ads. This simpleton, we don't get ads. Jarrett, congrats, Austin. Way to go, buddy. This shows all of you. I just want you to see stuff like this. I so appreciate viewers who share these trades. To show you folks who are new to this, you've never written options before, you don't understand it, or you just don't believe that a small investor can do these trades. You don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars of capital. You don't need to own a single share, in this case, of SMCI. You don't have to own any of this stock. You can theoretically make money on the non-movement or movement of a stock like this. Just be an option writer, be the casino. And Austin has created 4 options. He has added liquidity to 4 separate options, 2 on the put side, 2 on the call side. Brokerage firms love Austin. Any writer, brokerage firms love you guys. You're adding liquidity to the business. There had to have been buyers on the other side of these trades. There isn't necessarily one person against Austin that was the opposite trader on all 4 of those contracts. No, there were probably 4 different players that played each of those contracts separately. It's just that Austin put together an Iron Condor. That's what we're talking about in the lessons. Well, you know what? If Austin or someone like Austin could do 10 of these trades, $3,000 capital requirement, and you pull out 40 cents net profit, which is $400, that pays for 2 lessons. You can do this for the rest of your life.
And then you know what you get to say?
What do you get to say, Jen?
Boom!
Boom! Just like our friend Credit Savage, Austin is saying, boom! I just wrote a $53 Iron Condor for $300, baby. Oh, let's do 10 of them. Let's do 50.
Your fireworks again.
Ooh, that's right. Where are those fireworks? Are they here? I got them. I got them here.
It's been a while
Ah,
since we
let's take a look at some fireworks. Boom! There you go. Now we're
Excellent.
talking.
Baby steps. Excellent.
That's why Auntie Jen is here. I was showing off pictures of us going out to Costco the other day.
Nice.
You know,
Dressed up to
well,
our average.
we don't try to overdo it. Like
No.
there we are. You know, we got the
You don't want
Tesla.
to shame the other people.
You know, we don't want to like over show off. You know, but you know, I noticed. You know, like now that it's in the 90s outside,
I
you've
know,
got to
maybe-
wear.
Maybe
You got to
the
wear.
tie could come off.
Well, you got to wear those dresses that keep you cool. I mean,
Well,
you
yeah.
know, with your legs and your top there.
But I'm just thinking
You know,
maybe.
Maybe we go out. I'll look like this here. I'll go out like this with my shirt open.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Because I know you're
That's
going to be
better.
nice and cool.
That's better.
Well, the thing I notice with Jen all the time is that I'll go out there with her and I'm trying to put my hand on her butt because it's pretty good, but she won't let me do it. You notice how she puts her hand on my hand and she holds me up there. She won't let me put her hand. I can put her on her hip, but in public she doesn't let me do that. Hey buddy, keep your hands to yourself. It's kind of hard though to keep her hands off Auntie Jen.
Skit on
She's so
SNL,
hot.
the back belt for women to wear. It's got spikes on it because there's no reason for you to ever touch the back of a woman ever.
A great SNL skits or the mummy jeans.
The mummy
When
jeans,
you've given up, mummy
Yes.
jeans.
When you're in a bar or a crowd, there's no reason to touch the small of my back.
No reason to touch
Ever.
it. Yeah. And I'm just telling you, I've given up.
If
Stop
there's a
touching.
fire, grab my hand and we'll run together. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Richard Carlin, good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, Richie.
And H says, what happens if your call credit spread does not expire worthless? Well, in the last day or two of your credit spread, if they're sitting at 3 cents, 2 cents, 5 cents, you just buy them back,
Time
close
is
them
money.
out, move on, and write your next set.
Time is money.
That's all you do. Ed, I'm watching double speed to catch up right now. I'm down 20 grand on the 23andMe, but I cashed out 10 times that in gains on SoFi, listening to you and averaging down as it dropped. Thank you, Uncle B. And there you go. And that, welcome to the market. Welcome to the market. Mandu number 5, good morning, Auntie Jen. Ed Hawkins, that 10 times doesn't count the extra I've made writing calls before cashing out and writing puts on SoFi. Mandu number 5, good morning, Auntie Jen. There are people here over the 4 years that were writing options on 23andMe. There are people who wrote options on 23andMe and made money on 23andMe from that to compensate the cost of their stock. There were other viewers here who bought the stock on dips and had it run and sold it for profits. There's a lot of turnover in 23andMe. But am I happy they went under? No, of course not. Why would I be happy?
What happened to all the information?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's going to be Ann Wisniewski's going to buy the company. She's going to buy it from the liquidator, but it'll become a privately held organization. Shareholders will be wiped out,
What
including her investments wiped out.
What happens to their confidentiality agreement?
It'll stay inside the private company,
You
and
can only use the information to do this or that.
yeah, it'll just stay inside the entity. I'm sure. She just arranged a $35 million line of credit for the company. I don't know if you know that, but the board of directors, and they put a $35 million line of credit together to keep everything running. So this will be an ongoing entity, but it won't be a publicly traded entity. And that's where, unfortunately, the company goes private. Shareholders are wiped out, including her and all the directors and all her friends and all of her investors. The so-called $6 billion in perceived value the company once had is all gone, and now it's just a private co. That's the story. That's welcome to business in America. This is what happens. We move on. We keep moving on. What else is going on here? Mandu, good morning. Brian, Ed, sounds like you like to make money and listen to Uncle Bruce, even though he's not perfect at picking stocks. Know what to do to fix your position. He has taught us well. Yahoo! David.
You're never gonna be perfect.
Yeah, David Kunan, a number of 165, Bruce, on your thumbs up meter. Look, it is what it is. I mean, who would have thought that Kodak, the Eastman Kodak company, which was part of the Dow 30 in 1990, they were a Dow 30 stock since the 50s, 40s, 60s probably. Eastman Kodak was a Dow 30 component, and by 2010 they weren't a Dow 30 component anymore. And today,
Yeah,
Eastman
it's
Kodak
today
is a
they don't
penny
know.
stock.
They don't know what that
They made film. They processed film for people. Did you know that one of their engineers invented a camera that could make pictures in 60 seconds? Where you take a picture and a picture comes out and you just wave it in the air for a
is. The
minute
international sign for Polaroid.
and it developed into a photo. They had the technology to bring out the Polaroid camera. They didn't. They didn't go into digital cameras
Yeah.
first. They could have. They had the R&D money to get in there. They didn't. And so they phased out. And so even winners, Dow 30 component companies, disappear into the ether. It is the world in which we've lived for generations. We move on and make money where we can make money. And today, through this channel, there are people who are making money writing options. And here is the name of the game, write options. Come on, let's go. I do remember, though, back 5 years, it's going to be 5 years shortly. Well, it's 5 years that I've been on the air with this channel. It'll be May, 5 years, 4 years since I started going live on January 2021. But I remember people begging me, viewers were begging me, please give us a list of your favorite stocks.
Yeah.
Please give us a list. And I would say, if you have capital that you don't need for your rent, your groceries, or your mortgage, and you have capital and you've got a long-term game plan in mind, here are some stocks to watch. And I came out with Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. You remember you'll see the list there. You go back to my videos back in 2021 if you dare, because they are a long time ago and they were long videos. You'll find the list of the big stocks that I recommended. Then I got asked, what about small stocks for us small investors? Can you give us some small stocks that could really do something? And at the time, people were saying, hey, the hottest stock, Bruce, are SPACs. They're the hottest stocks. They come out at $10 and some are trading at $50 already. Can you tell us which ones are going to be the next great SPAC companies of all time? And I would come out and say, if you've got capital that you don't need for your groceries and your car payment and getting by on, you might throw a couple of bucks at some of these, all of these, one of these.
And we still had a couple of curveballs in those.
And so I brought up 8 SPACs. I brought up 8 out of the, 700? And here we are today. And to this day, there are people going, you told me to put everything I had into SPACs. You made me buy everything I had into one company. I did? Really? Did through my investment account? Through my brokerage firm? Through my ETF? I don't think so. I don't believe that is true. But then again, people just, conveniently have alternative facts. And some people run for president with that kind of mentality all around the world. It's incredible, isn't it? Welcome all to the program. I still buy Kodak film. I don't own a digital camera. Do you remember the days when you'd walk into your Costco store back in the 2000s? I remember this in 2001, 2, 3. You'd walk into the store of a Costco, and the first big island of stuff sitting on a forklift pallet would be film. You remember that? The film for a camera. Do you remember those? And you used to buy 6 in a plastic shrink wrap bundle, 6 rolls of Kodak film or Fuji film or whatever it was. And you'd get that for like $9.99 for 6 rolls of film. And now you took your photos, and the next time you came into Costco, what did you do? Instead of going to your right and going in the store, you went to the left, because what was at the left? 1 hour photo processing at your Costco store. You remember that?
You get it on a CD.
Do you remember the print department, the printing department at your Costco store? Does this come back to you at all? You gave them your film. You wrote down your name and number on the little thing and you gave it to them. And you would pick how fast you wanted the film processed. In an hour, by tomorrow, within a week, it would be different prices. The longer you waited, the cheaper it would get. And then you'd come back to Costco a week later, 3 days later, and you'd check and see if your film was done. And you would hand them the tickets and they would get you your film and you'd pay them there. And they would staple onto your film package your receipt so that when you left the store later, you just showed the green receipt from the film department. Remember that? Do you remember that? That was the way it was before digital cameras eviscerated Kodak and everybody else in the film business. You remember all those 1 hour photo centers in every shopping mall in the world? Do you remember your shopping mall from when you were a teenager? They had the 1 hour photo guy in your mall. You remember those guys? They're all gone. Deep Value, I follow Kodak closely. AJ, I'm a bit behind today, but I get a lot of eToro trades, by the way, for your channel. I was curious, who's advertising to my viewers? Brian, Uncle Bruce, about 2 to 3 weeks ago, my portfolio was down 22%. Thanks to you and teaching me how to fold my arms, I'm only down 6%. And I'm still writing options. You are the GOAT. And there you go. Juan, it's easy to blame someone else for your shortcomings and stupidity, Uncle Bruce. It's so easy. Jeff, one roll of Kodak Porta costs $8 to $9 now. Wow. Brian, I have $25 covered calls. I got $1.19 for. They're going now for $168 right now. They expire this Friday. You think I should fold my arms until after the earnings, or should I just roll them now? I think arm folding makes sense. You've got options. You've got choices. Yes, you do. This is Tuesday. You won't have a choice on Thursday or Friday if the market moves too much. If it goes much higher, you'll have to make the painful trade. Theoretically, you can right now pull the pin on this trade and roll up and move to a higher strike further out in time and probably take money off the table. I would call that a winning move, because if you can do a trade where you can write, say, a $30 call option, and you go out far enough and get more money for that contract than it would cost you to buy back this contract, you win twice. You win a $5 a contract gain in strike price, $500 a contract to you if exercised, and 2, you add money to your account right away. I do it. I would do the rollover right now. I do it. Don't worry about the earnings. Don't. You're gambling on the earnings. I don't want you to gamble on the earnings. I don't want you to be right or wrong or gamble. I want you to be winning on an option trade right now. You can guarantee yourself an additional bunch of cash into your hand and or a $5 strike increase. Make the move. That's what I tell everyone all the time. Bobby, I'm surprised Nikon didn't buy Kodak. They use their camera body for their cameras. BZ, I worked 1 hour photo at CVS through high school, and it ran for a couple of years after, and then it died. Brian, Jeff, I had no idea you could still buy film rolls. Juan, if you listen to your lessons and apply some senses, then you come out a winner. Brian, do you have to send them away to get printed now? Jeff, Brian, a local camera shop down the street still develops film, but several online labs also do it. Bobby, unless you have your own dark room, you'll have to send them off, even the photo of George posing. Posing on the couch. You remember when George Costanza posed on the couch for Kramer? Remember that? Yeah, he only had his underwear on and he was posing. I got to take this thing. Hilarious. I can tell you, kids, we know summer is coming. We know spring is coming around here in the desert because our high today is going to be 95. And here in the house at 7:10 in the morning, we're warm already. Whereas 3 months ago, I had to keep the sweatshirt on for the whole show because it was cold in here.
And I swear I saw a new hummingbird the other day.
New hummingbirds. Yep.
She was little.
They're all around here. It's incredible. The changes. Bobby, James of the Misty Tree, The Timeless Art of Seduction. The George Costanza photo, him posing on the couch, hilarious. Of course, you remember when Kramer took a photo of Elaine and made a Christmas card and sent it to, she sent it to all her friends and relatives and coworkers, and they realized, and her mother and grandmother, and then they realized, what's that? And oops, the nip. George Costanza, Christmas card. I didn't get a Christmas card. Everybody got a Christmas card. He never sent me a Christmas card. She goes, you want a Christmas card? I'll give you a Christmas card. Took his head and put it in her chest and rubbed it. There's your Christmas card. He doesn't know what the hell is going on. The nip. Jeff Glass, I still have 8 packs of Fuji FP100. I think old Polaroid peel apart instant film. It was the last lot ever made. I paid $13 a package. I need to sell. They go for over $100 a pack now as a collectible. Unbelievable. Tom, the nip. I remember the nip. Who was it? I think it was Jerry or Kramer. Oh, they don't recognize that. I'll show you. Hey, Newman, come on in here. Hello, Jerry. Hi, Newman. Take a look at this. You see anything unusual? Well, that's a nice picture. I see the nip over there. Is there anything else you want? No, that's it. Okay, goodbye. And off he went. He saw the nip in 3 seconds flat. Poor Elaine. Oh, poor Elaine. Take a look at this picture. Tell me if you see anything. The nip. Oh, my goodness. The same woman that said, fake. Oh, no. Welcome to the party, pals. Nice to have you with us this morning. Let's take a look at the answers to our question of the day and our thumbs up meter. 169 thumbs ups now, only 31 away from 200. Thank you. 299 answers for the question of the day. GameStop earnings will be released tonight. After the close, the shares will be higher or lower tomorrow. 60% of you say the shares will be higher, Bruce. 40% say lower out of 299. There you go. This is pretty good. Love that. Thank you for responding to the question of the day, and thank you for these thumbs ups today. We're going for 200 right now, and we appreciate you for that. Absolutely fantabulous. Welcome to the party, pals. Nice to have you with us. Trying to help you get richer. Nothing personal. We just want you to get richer. Nothing political. Just want you to get richer. Just a little bit or a lot richer than you are now. There's no question in my mind that with SoFi ultimately reaching $100 a share, I went forward in time last night. I grabbed my car with the flux capacitor. I went forward a couple of years when the stock was trading at 100 a share, and I took a look at the chart, and I took a look at my webpage, and I took a look at my channel, and I was looking at the comments that you guys are making 5 years from now, and saw a lot of the familiar names. Although I have to admit, there's a lot of names 5 years from now that look like your names, but they're not actually your names. It's more like Brian's assistant, or Bobby Atkinson's secretary, or Jeff Glass's what's the word I'm looking for? Mentor, not a mentor, but those interns. A lot of you hired interns and secretaries and assistants to talk to me because you're millionaires. You're all multi-millionaires. You're into the SoFi trade in 2025, and here we are in 2030, and I'm now 74 years old, hanging on by a thread on this channel, and we're talking about SoFi at $100+ a share, and your assistants are telling me about how you remember back in 2025. That, oh yeah, I remember when it first hit $18 a share and it went back to 11, and I thought it was all over, and then it came all the way back to 14 again, and it went to 16, and it went through the $20 mark, and you thought, oh, this got to be the all-time high, and then it went to 22 and 24, and you were rolling your put contracts because I was telling you, do it. So you're doing it, and you're bringing in these thousands and tens of thousands and $50,000 and $100,000 at a time, and the stock went to 30, and it went to 35, and then a few months later it was 40, and you're rolling, and you became millionaires. at like $45, $55 a share. You're already millionaires. And then you became multi-millionaires at 60, 70. And you became multi-millionaires when SoFi hit $100 a share. And I just want to go ahead and just kind of fast forward this, because first I wanted to know if I'm still alive 5 years from now. You know, I was kind of curious. Did I die? You know, and then I want to know how my viewers doing, and how does SoFi do, and how did it all work out? And so just telling you that, you know, some of you around here are going to still be here, but in a different format, because you're going to have people who work for you who talk to me now, because you're too rich to talk to me anymore. I mean, you're just, you know, I'm wealthy. I have people who do that now. I love you, but I love you from over here. You know, I'm in Monaco, and I'm on a yacht over there watching that Formula race over here. I don't have time to talk to you all the time. I got people who talk to you. Just so you know, I love you. You know, here's $5. Keep it going. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Can't wait for the future. Lorraine, number 170 on the thumbs up meter. Charlie, take a look at this picture. Do you see anything? Thank you, everybody, for being here. How you doing? Are you having fun today? Is anyone making money here today? Anyone getting richer? We're down 13 points on the Dow. We're not going anywhere. We seem to have topped out. Are we testing the market now? What's going to happen? I don't know. We'll see what gives. Another 7 votes have come through on that question of the day. 306 votes. Very good. 60% are saying GameStop will be higher tomorrow, Bruce. After earnings tonight, stock's going to be higher tomorrow. Only 40% think it'll be lower. So that's an interesting split of opinion. We'll see how that plays out. Thumbs ups have come through. They're still trickling in. Thank you all for helping out with the thumbs up meter. Those of you who are going to become millionaires, give me a thumbs up while you're still here, okay? Help me out, okay? Before you leave me and live the life of richness, you turn into the Beverly Hillbillies with one of those cement ponds in your backyard, you know? You're going to take that little jalopy of yours and put grandma on the rocking chair on the top, and Jethro is going to tie her down, you know, and you know, before you do that, you know, say hi to me and hit me up with a thumbs up. Let me know you still care, because once you get that big mansion in Beverly Hills with your cement pond, I know you're going to be too busy to talk to me. You're going to be very, very busy with all your servants. It's going to be tough to get some of your precious time. So thank you all so much. Jeff Glass, not much movement on my end. I'm just folding my arms here, Uncle B, but soon I'll be hiring someone to fold my arms for me, because I'll be that wealthy, having hung out with you all these years as an option writer. It's okay. I don't take it personally. Thanks, kids, for joining us. Fun times at the OK Corral, let me tell you. Oh, my gosh. There we go. Rocket Lab is down 25 cents. SoFi is down 6 cents. GameStop is down 8. Just giving a little bit away. Nothing much here. What else is going on? The Apple shares are up 237. Tesla down 266 to 275.70. Microsoft is up 220 a share. Google's up 182. Amazon up 164. Nvidia down $1.63. And Meta is up 836. So mixed bag over there. SMCI Super Micro unchanged at 41.37. ASTS down 47 cents. AI down 3 cents. Palantir down 59 cents. MicroStrategy down $1.04. Unity is up 35 cents. Goldman Sachs up 186. Cisco down 7. The spiders are up 99 cents. The triple Qs are up 125. Netflix up 15.33, back to 987 a share. The all-time high, 1,064, and we were down in the high 800s a week or so ago. Little recovery there. We'll see. Pfizer down 25 cents. It's at 25.90. We got ARC Innovations ETF. That's the Kathy Woods outfit. 53.85 down 33 cents. IBM up 30 cents. Uber Technologies down 61 cents. HPQ down 15. Home Depot down 234. SMH Vanex Semiconductor ETF down $1.02. Adobe is up 4.78 today. 3.99 a share. And then we got Enphase down 40, up actually 46 cents at 62.62 right now. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. Thank you. Consumer confidence sinks to a 4-year low, and it's no secret why, says the headline breaking out there. Trump tariffs and trade wars. Yeah, I really doubt that people who go to the ballot box actually want to vote for a candidate that is going to promote trade wars and tariff wars. I've never seen a politician get elected on that kind of a platform. But for whatever reason, we got right now, you in America have got a president who wants to do trade wars and tariffs. It's not a winning trade, but it is what it is. What else is going on here? Kent's mom is here waving. Auntie Jen, Kent is waving at us. Are you waving at us from Rancho Mirage, or are you on the road somewhere? Are you in? I know weren't you in North Carolina like a week or two ago or something?
You're watching the golf ball fly through the air.
Yeah, where are you? Welcome to if you're here, welcome home. Tom, I have powder for cash, SPs on Gamestop if it goes down tomorrow. So there it is. Giddy up, baby.
Very often it does go.
We'll see what happens. You'll just make the move.
Are you hungry yet?
I'm kind of wondering what kind of a bagel I should have
I
today.
noticed there was a plate out that you had already eaten this morning.
No, that was from yesterday.
Very
I may have forgotten to put that away.
What's it going to be?
What should be on my bagel today? I need something with Felipe's on it because I'm a bit phlegmy today.
Okay.
There might be pollen in the air or something that's getting to me. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
here, I'll give you this too because I'm kind of sucking on the last of that. Thank you for joining me. I guess what I could do today is maybe go down the highway of some ham and cheese,
Okay.
and if we have any like turkey slices or chicken slices, maybe some of those, and a nice smattering of Philippe's hot mustard sauce. Thinking of Kent's mom here, thinking that might be the way to go to kind of help the sinuses clear up a little bit because, yeah, it's one of those scenarios, I think. Stephen Butler, Bruce, 174 on your thumbs up meter. You're going for 200 today. A Savage of Wall Street. Good morning, my fellow simpletons and degenerates. I hope everyone's doing well. Bib sold 3 AI June $25 covered calls, and I took in $250 a contract. Take me out. Very interesting. AI trading at 23.45. He's writing $25 calls out of the money. They're paying him $250 a contract, which means he's offering his stock for $27.50. Take me out at 25. I get $27.50. It's trading at 23.45. Hey, go ahead. I dare you. I double dare you to take me out. Nice going, pal. Kent's mom is saying Rancho Mirage for the next 2 weeks. We're back, baby. The kid has tournaments here in California. Then back to Arizona for a tournament. There you go. We should get together at like In-N-Out or something. We should do that. When's the last time you had an In-N-Out burger? We should get together.
We try that new dinner.
Oh, have you ever tried Jay's Deli? One of my viewers told me that Jay's Deli here in, I think it's Rancho Mirage or Indian Wells, is worth considering. Maybe it's in Palm Desert. I can't tell you. These cities are all interrelated. Let us know. You want to get together? Maybe we'll have a bite to eat. Eat to bite, bite to eat, eat to bite, bite to eat. Dude, well, this is the point where we just sit and wait for shrinkage. Exuberance will subside and markets will frustrate. Cheers! Everyone out there is going to go nuts because nothing's happening, and we will enjoy the shrinkage. Thank you. May we have another. Look at the Dow. We're now up 32 points. Turned it right around, and now we're up again. Go figure. We're up 12 points on S&P, and we're up 43 on NASDAQ. So the market's just doing quite interesting. Consumer confidence dwindles for the 4th straight month. Well, let's see. What happened 4 months ago? Let's see. This is March, February, January, December, and November. Oh, I remember what happened in November. And then I remember what happened in December and January. Oh, yes. I never heard of Jay's Deli. Maybe we should try it. See, that's what I'm thinking. One of my viewers suggested you should take a shot going to Jay's Deli. And I responded to that viewer, and they said we're leaving town in the next day or two. I should have contacted you earlier. But hey, maybe we should
We'll still take
maybe we should have lunch or something at Jay's Deli. Or yeah, we'll talk. Let's do some emails and we'll figure out check options. Savage of Wall Street. Yesterday before the closing, boom, sold two May $21 SOXS cash secured puts for $229 each yesterday, just before the close. The stock is at about $23 and almost at 52-week lows. Let's go. I'm already up 12% already on this trade. Thank you very much, Uncle Bruce. Well done, Savage of Wall Street, taking advantage of the swings. Yep, there you go. Giddy up, everybody. I gotta love this game. Kind of love this game. SoFi down 2 cents. ASTS down 46. Rocket Lab down 25 cents right now. GameStop down 17. AI down 1 penny. SMCI down 7 cents. NVIDIA down 158. Tesla down $2.17 at 276.50. And we are fluctuating along here. Giddy up, everybody. Palantir down 71. MSTR up 124. There you go. Up and down go the markets. All around they go. Never a dull moment. Thank you all for joining in with us today. Great to have you in the house. And thanks again for these thumbs ups. They're coming through as we're slipping up to 200 now. We're just getting into it. 24 away now. 24 away from 200 thumbs ups. 176 and counting. 310 voters now for the poll question of the day. 60-40 split, higher versus lower, on where will GameStop be tomorrow. After the earnings come out tonight, will GameStop be up or down tomorrow? 60% say it'll be higher. 40% saying, I think it'll be lower. We're going to find out. We're not going anywhere else. 25.50 on the stock, down 11 cents. We're holding these gains and not really giving back, from what I can tell you. Interesting show of performance at the moment on GameStop. You have to expect, and you've got to get ready for an absolute attack on GameStop from every analyst out there, whether they cover it or not. There'll be commentators all over the stock. Many will be just against these guys. They'll try to tell the world this is further evidence of a company going out of business, except for one little thing that they just don't want to mention. 4.6 billion cash in the bank, pulling in $200 million in interest a year easily at this point. $4 million a week in interest, $16 million a month in interest. They don't lose $16 million a month in their retail operations, and they are cleaning that up very quickly. So, hey, you decide for yourself how you want to, interpret these experts with their results and their interpretation of the future of GameStop starting tomorrow. What can I say? Analysts have been attacking GameStop all week and last week. Silly shills. Yeah, there you go. Richard Carlin. Neat. Rocketeer. Morning, Uncle B. My ASTS cash ticket puts expiring this Friday. They're up over 90% in 3 days, which means that I have pocketed $3,800 US in 3 trading days. Yeah, there you go. Rock and roll. You can close that position out anytime and keep that money. You take all 18 of my classes, and you can only spend $3,600 on all of my classes. You've made $3,800 in 3 days on one trade. Giddy up. Savage at Wall Street. Boom! Sold 5 BBAI $7 covered calls for January 26 for 90 cents. Thank you. May I have another one of these? These were $5 cash secured puts, which I got $1.25 for. And shares were put to me. Average is 375, and I'm selling 2 ROI, crossing my arms right now. Well, there you go. I'm returning for double return on my investment. Selling $7 covered calls. Come and get me. Come and take me out of 7. I just got the stock for 375, and I just got 90 cents for it. Thank you. Nice going, Savage. Winning no matter what direction this market goes. Someone took the classes. I think Savage took the lessons and is benefiting from these moves. Rocketeer benefiting from these moves. Beautiful job, guys. Keep up the good work. Austin, keep up the good work. Kent and Dude and Richard Carlin and all of you. Well done, option writers. They're just handing you the wins. They're just handing you the wins. What can I say? You just being given this money. We're up 48 on the Dow. Great. Thank you very much. Jeff Glass, people that hold GameStop, if there's a big pop in the share price after hours today, at what price would you be willing to unload your shares? If the stock pops this evening, you want to just sit here tomorrow morning with your arms folded because you want to let the regular market get in on this. Who knows how much higher it can go. Well, one thing that I worry about for GameStop, always worry about for GameStop, is not how low the stock goes. I'm not worried ever about that. I'm worried about how high it'll go and how quickly it'll go higher. That's what I worry about. So you want to be in put credit spreads and you want to write cash secured puts and say, thank you, sir. Give me the money. Let's go. Rocketeer, 10 euros. You rock, Uncle B. Thank you, Rocketeer. Appreciate it. Donations come in handy. Jay's Deli. That's going to help us go to Jay's Deli if we catch up with Kent's mom. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Jen is cranking out a bagel for me right now. Thank you, everybody. We're up 52 points on the Dow. We're going higher. Not a lot higher, but we're going higher. We were down 40, 50 points. Now we're up 50 points. That's a 100-point swing the other direction. Up 11 on S&P. We're up 36 now on NASDAQ. About a fifth of a point across the board, give or take. Oil holding a 32-cent gain right now. The VIX is still at 1740. Very positive. Very, very positive. Thank you, Rocketeer. I'm throwing a thumbs up at that one as well. There are 3 thumbs up because you made a donation to me. Thank you, man. I love it. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Let's go. Reply to Rocketeer. Yes, indeed. Just make baby. Just make the money, baby. There we go. There's my comment right there. Yeehaw. Thank you so much, Rocketeer. Just make that dang money. Absolutely. Rocketeer saying that as a Canadian living in Germany, it defaults to euros. I end up sending you euros, which I would send you, it'll add a couple of Canadian bucks. Thank you. It matters not. It all gets converted out. YouTube takes care of everything. And thank you, all of you from around the world, whatever currency you're making donations in. We love you all. Thank you so very much. Just make the money, baby. Alex, number 180. Good morning, all. 80 bucks would do just fine.
Morning,
There you go. Welcome, Alex. Hi, everybody.
Good afternoon, Alex.
Yeah, really good afternoon, Alex. That's right. Here is the bagel, beta. That melted cheddar in there. Oh my gosh. How good is this? Really good. Oh yes. And there's going to be Philippe's hot mustard sauce in there. Oh my goodness. We can kill that. Yeah, there we go. Awesome sauce. The sun is up and it's so bright now. We can turn off all the lights inside the condo.
The birdies are chirping.
The birdies are chirping. Look at that. Ooh, that is so delicious. Oh, yes.
Now we have to try it.
Oh, yeah. Giddy up. Lovely. We're up 70 on the Dow. Up we go. Let's go, baby. Unchanged on SoFi. 1372. Let's go, SoFi. Juan, right on time, baby. The Rocketeer. How much do I have to donate to get one of Auntie Jen's amazing bagels? Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I'll
kind of.
mail it to you.
Oh my.
Maybe FedEx.
Yeah.
Absolutely positively needs to get there.
I don't think we want to do that. Larry, bagel, Rocketeers smiling. Giddy up, everybody. Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. We're up 80 on the Dow now. We're up 3 on SoFi. We're coming on. Here we go. GameStop was down to 25.38 earlier this morning. GameStop's now 25.52, down just a dime. Very light volume, not even a million yet. Very quiet. Thank you all very much for being here today. Love this. Beautiful stuff. Giddy up, kids. 176 thumbs ups. Let's take a look at the new meter right now. $182. Oh, yeah. 18 away. Just refreshed my page, so I get an ad now for kayak. Go traveling, Bruce. Go traveling. How do they know that? Now I got another ad. Wix. I got an ad now for Wix. So they're giving me 2 ads on my own channel. 182 thumbs ups. Thank you. 316 answers to the poll question. 60-40 split. Thinking that GameStop was going higher. Savage of Wall Street. Boom! I closed one May $20 Unity cash secured put that I sold last week. I got paid $1.90 for it. I just closed it for 80 cents. Thank you, May. I have another, here's $110 profit on one contract last week to this week. There you go. Just nickel and diming his way to millions of dollars. That's all he's doing. He's nickel and diming his way into Ritz-Carlton resorts, Westin resorts, Four Seasons resorts with his family. He nickels and dimes his trading way through to vacations in Hawaii, vacations in Lake Tahoe. And why not? What's wrong with this picture? There's nothing wrong with this picture. I like this picture. Way to go. Beautiful. Nice job, Savage. Welcome, one and all, to the program. The Dow's up 88, going up again. We're up 16 on S&P. We're up 67 on NASDAQ. We're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher. The question is, does it kick right across the whole spectrum? Do we now add 200 points to this rally? Is this down 50, now up 80, to now go up 280? Is that the kind of direction we're getting now in the next hour? We're going to find out. Just see how powerful this rally seems to be, because we are not backing off from yesterday's almost 600-point Dow gain. It's not giving it up. It's actually adding to it. So what happens? B-Tizzle, I just closed, boom, I just closed 20 April, 17 expiry, 18-19 put spreads on GameStop for 5 cents. They gave me 20 cents credit 15 days ago. I just gave them back a nickel. I kept 3/4 of the money. Thank you very much. $300 profit on a $2,000 trade 15 days ago. Nice trade. Yet again, another one. With GameStop at $25.58, these $18, $19 contracts, country mile out of the money. B-Tizzle can now go shopping. And B-Tizzle might wait until tomorrow, after the earnings tonight, after the opening tomorrow, Let's see where the market is tomorrow on GameStop. And sometime tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, BTizzle might just write 20 more put credit spreads on GameStop, good for 3 weeks out, a month out, at whatever price works for BTizzle, and take another cash credit into the account. Thank you very much. Well done. Savage Wall Street. I saw a documentary one time about a man in New York City who sold potato peelers with a suit on. Greatest salesman of all time. He would ask for $5. He'd also dine at the most expensive restaurant in New York City every month, selling potato peelers. Yes.
Something everybody needs. Mind you, you only buy one.
Yeah. 8 million people in New York. Sell 1 million of them, $5 each. 5 million in sales. Profit margin, probably 80%. Nice. Savage goes on to say, what I took from that documentary was his motto: never underestimate the power of small amounts of money. Compound it. He also owned a huge apartment in the Upper East Side, all from potato peelers, baby. You got that right. You remember the K-Tel ads? You remember the Vegematics and all the kitchen slicers you could buy? Remember those Ginsu knives, those ads on TV? Those are all mail campaign ads. Oh my God, they made millions of dollars. Unbelievable. Giddy up. Wonderful. BTizzle, last Friday I had 35 $20 to $22 spreads. I think this is on GameStop that expired worthless. I kept all 25 cents and never bought them back. I received them. I received 25 cents on all of those for a 36-day hold period, 5 weeks. So $4,000, no, a $7,000 required. You needed $200 per position times 35 positions. $7,000 made them $500 net in 36 days. Another 500 in his pocket. And in this other trade, what was that? 250 in his pocket. These add up. These add up again and again and again and again. Nice going. Tom, May 2nd, $26 puts on GameStop. I got $259 for those, for two of them. May 2nd expiry, $26 puts. Stock's $25.58. Right on, Tom. $259 each. Yeah, baby. Savage Wall Street. Anyone who is curious about this documentary, you can find it on YouTube, I'm sure. Just look up Rich Potato Peeler in New York City or something like that. You'll find it. No question about it. I'm inspired by those kinds of videos. BTizzle just closed out 40 2021 put spread expiring this Friday on GameStop. They received 27% credit for them 11 days ago. Just closed them out. Nice going.
27%.
There you go. That's right. And that's a $4,000 trade. And he hauled in $1,080 against it in cash. How much did you keep? Well done, BTizzle. It's the name of this game. Kids, you can do 5 contracts at a time, 10, 50, 100, 1,000. It depends on the liquidity of the option you're playing. You can do $1 credit spreads on NVIDIA, on Apple, on Google, on whichever, how far out of the money do you want to go with call credit spreads? You can do $2 credit spreads, $4 credit spreads, any amount, $1 and up. That's $100 per $1 spread, capital required. So if you got $3,000, you can do $31 trades. You can do 15, $2, whatever, just do the math. Yes, I closed them for a nickel, by the way, Bruce. I got, they gave me 27 cents. I just bought them back for 5 cents. I kept 22 cents times 40 contracts, $22 times 40, $880 profit. Thank you very much. May I have another? Yes. These add up to a lot of bagels, and it pays for your classes. And B. Tizzle will be doing this for the rest of his life. Just that simple. There's no stopping B. Tizzle on these trades. Love it. The bagel, baby. You gotta love this. Jen, you know what I did today? I introduced a lot of my viewers to a tool that we used to use in school.
You're a tool.
Thanks, Auntie Jen. I showed them how to use one of these. This is a pen. And then I showed them that if you use it on something like this, a piece of, you can write stuff down on it, and it never crashes. It's always there. This is the RAM memory thing that never goes away.
Print or cursive. See?
Print or what?
Cursive.
Cursive? Writing. Fancy words. She knows all the words.
No, I thought you were going to bring out a protractor, slide rule or something.
I was explaining to my viewers that in the old days, when I was 10, 12, 15, right into my 20s, I used to watch my dad do the bookkeeping for his music store and my mother's dress shop and his own personal expenses. And he had an adding machine in his office at the back of the music store. We had an office back there. And he had an adding machine that was like 2 bread boxes wide and 2 bread boxes high. So imagine that. So it'd be like a foot across by a foot high and about a foot and a bit long, plugged into the wall.
Might have been an NCR.
And it had a tape. It had a piece of tape on it, like
A roll.
like a roll, like a toilet paper roll, but nice smooth paper. And he would, add numbers.
And then pull the handle.
No, he had the electric, so he didn't have to do the handle. Our cash register had the handle.
Yeah.
We had a cash register in the front of our store from 1965 until 1980, whatever. That was a push down cash register. Cranker. But his adding machine, he was using his right hand. He wouldn't even look. He was that good at it. And he would just be adding columns of numbers, how much money he owed everybody. He would be adding columns of numbers, dollars and cents on every one. And he just go bang, 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 and he would hit it a couple of times to get the paper to go tick, 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 and then he would rip off. The piece of paper would be now 6 inches long, and he would check the numbers. He would check that the numbers on what he typed in were the numbers he had worked out, and then there would be the total. That's how much he owed his suppliers. And that's how he used to keep track of wins and losses.
One of my first jobs.
Unbelievable.
Accounts payable, accounts receivable. That's why I have a lump on my hand. They're using the adding machine too much. A thing.
He was unbelievable. I think the adding machine, I can't remember if it didn't divide, it didn't multiply.
Oh no, mine would do
I
that.
can't
But really,
remember.
I was just adding and subtracting. I was doing books.
I don't remember if it ever did percentages. I think my dad did percentages using his noggin. I don't think he had a slide rule. I don't believe so. He didn't need percentages. He needed to know gross sales, $6,000. Rent, $400. Salaries, how much ever that was. Power, electricity, business taxes, Any other expenses? Cost of merchandise? How
Yeah.
did he do? It was
Making his balance sheet up.
working it out constantly. I remember those days. Comments coming in. Tom, an abacus. J-Boy, Auntie Jen, you're a tool. I heard that. Yeah, guess what keeps me grounded? I don't get too full of myself around here. She doesn't call me the goat, you know. Oh, no.
People don't say that anymore, and I've always thought it's a really good comeback.
You're a tool.
You're a tool. It might be Canadian, but we used to also call them, you're a knob.
You're such a knob.
Such a knob.
Doorknob. You're a knob.
That might have even been Western Canadian. I don't know.
Pete Dizzle just closed 30 more GameStop put credit spreads.
Okay.
2022s. This is a $6,000 trade. Expiring this Friday. They started as 2123s a week ago. I rolled them during the market sell-off. 40-cent credit with the roll. Closed for 30 cents, 39-day hold. Sitting on some leaps I've been doing per man cover calls with since last year, waiting until after earnings to see if there's a rip. If there's a dip, I've got a fat stack of cash ready for all the new put credit spreads.
Perfect.
Savage of Wall Street, I'm sensing a bit of weakness here. I closed those two May $21 SOXS cash secured puts just now. I sold them for $229 yesterday, and I bought them back for $202 right now. This is not a sexy trade, but sometimes you got to reposition yourself, and this is called making money. This is called being an asset manager. This is the job. This is what you're supposed to do. One, Auntie Jen is a romantic type, isn't she? Oh yeah, what a knob you are. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you got to be on top of the surfboard, riding the wave, not being crashed underneath it.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing good work.
Never be afraid to take a
Doing the
profit.
Lord's work there, Credit Savage.
Never be afraid to take a profit. Move on to another
That's right.
trade. Never, ever be afraid. Giddy up. We're up 100 points on the down now. We're higher again. Are we getting anywhere with these stocks? Not much, but we'll see. See how the overall mood goes here on this market. Giddy up, baby. Oh, yeah. I knew I was in a different world than my best friends when I was 13-year-old kid. All my buddies had dads that were working, moms that were housewives. My mom and dad were both working. They didn't have a job. They ran their own retail stores. I went to school, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, I was helping out at the retail stores. And Sunday would be the day that everybody was home. Mom and dad were home. I was home. And Mom wasn't cooking Sundays once she had her store going because Dad insisted Mom does not spend any time in the kitchen preparing any food for any of us. We're on our own. Well, Sundays were either leftover day or special treat Sunday, KFC. Oh my God. Once a month, maybe once a month. KFC. Get in the van with Dad, drive to the KFC outlet, park the car, walk in, order a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken in 1967, 68. Oh my God. Oh. Coleslaw, mac and cheese, gravy, and mashed potatoes. Oh. I'd be holding this stuff in a big bag as we're going home. 5 minutes. The whole car, the whole van, smelling like KFC. Oh my God. The juices were flowing. Let me tell you, Dad and I were struggling to get home with that. Get home, get to the dining table. Mom's got the plates out. Forks and knives are out. Salt and pepper waiting. Here we come, baby. On opening it, getting everything out onto the table. Mom is opening the lid to the bucket. Sisters are waiting. Dad's washing his hands. We're getting all set. Let the feast begin. Was it 20 pieces of chicken in a barrel? Was it? There was a bucket and a barrel, wasn't there? You remember those days?
Yeah.
The bucket had maybe 15 to 20 pieces. The barrel had 25 to 30 pieces of chicken in it. You remember those? And I remember my dad ordering the barrel, the big. I mean, I was all of 115 pounds, soaking wet at that time, 13-year-old kid, holding that barrel and the bag full of goodies. Oh my goodness. What a treat Sunday would be when we had KFC. But in the heart of the summertime, my dad would fire up the barbecue, and we'd have the barbecue going with the coals, and he would have purchased T-bone steaks that previous Saturday. And we would have, there would be 5 of us, if it's just a fam, Mom and Dad, 3 kids, and 5 T-bones would be on the barbecue. Boy. And Mom and Dad would make those baked potatoes wrapped in foil and just put them in the oven. And we'd have maybe a salad. And then we would have this T-bone steak for dinner. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Remember those days? It stays with you. I'll tell you. Unbelievable. That was another time. Well done, everybody. Juan, Auntie Jen is a romantic type. John Gill, Uncle Bruce, will you be on the air for the close for Gamestop? I might be. I might be on the air. We'll see what's going on around here. What, if Auntie Jen has any plans for me? But it's quite possible I might well be on the air to follow that. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll just be here tomorrow morning first thing, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. You'll get an alert if you know. If I'm going on, you'll know. You'll get the alert. Thank you all so very much. We're up 72 on the Dow, 14 on S&P, 66 on NASDAQ. Those are the moves right now, as it is. Thank you all so very much for following us this another great day here. We are now looking at thumbs up report 189, 11 away from 200. We've got 59% of you saying that GameStop will be higher tomorrow after earnings versus 41% saying it'll be lower. And we have 326 people answering that question today. So pretty good result there. Good participation on the poll question. Thank you for being part of it. And 189 and counting thumbs ups, going for 200 plus. Thank you again. I know the rerunners will, without question, put us over the top. Alex, I could not help myself, Uncle Bruce. I couldn't do it. I couldn't stop. I wrote Tesla call credit spreads. Call credit spreads on Tesla. 320.25s, $5 spread. I needed $500 to do those. Expiring April 4. And I brought in, 52 cents? Here it is. Brought in 52 cents. Come and get me. Another $40 required by next Friday. There you go. So bringing in $52 per spread for a $500 spread. That's just about 11%, 10.5% return for expiry April 4, next week, Friday. I like this game. Well out of the money. The stock is $277.50, and he's into 325 contracts. So he is, 45 out of the money, or so, give or take. 320s versus 277. So $43 out of the money for next week, Friday, at these higher levels. He's saying, come up here. I dare you to come up here. I don't think you're going to do it. Stock's off 81 cents at the moment. These puts, these call credit spreads can become zeros. Even by next week sometime, they might be zeros already. Well done there, Alex. Well done. Way to go, pal. Taking the dough from the gamblers. Unbelievable. Well done. Well done, everybody. Welcome to the party over here. Very, very entertaining, to say the least. See how that plays out. We got a $1.43 dip on NVIDIA, 119.98. We've got the Dow up 87. It's just holding a gain of a little. We're up 15 on S&P. We're up 77 on NASDAQ right now. Okay. And SoFi down 8 cents. ASTS down 39. Rocket Lab up down 23. Pardon me. GameStop down 19. AI down 14. Supermicro down 10 cents. Slight moves, which can reverse the other direction at any time. We'll see how this market grinds itself through the day here. Welcome, everyone, to the program. Tonight, after the bell, your GameStop releases their financials. We're going to find out what happened by the end of January for those 3 months, November, December, January, the Christmas months. How did GameStop do? Did they take advantage of the year end to do a major write-off? That would be the smart thing to do. For tax purposes, GameStop would have written off all of Italy's operations, Switzerland's, Germany's, any other countries they walked away from in Europe, all the stores they've closed in Canada, the USA, any other locations around the world. They would take all the write-downs and apply it to the fourth quarter so that for the year end of the corporation, they show a loss of all these write-offs, and we have 2 sets of numbers to study. We have actually 3 sets of numbers. The first set of numbers are how much money in interest did they make? The second number, how much money did their stores make that were running as stores? And the third set is how much money did they write off on a depreciated basis, an accelerated depreciation against all these earnings from the stores and the interest to probably post a loss on purpose to negate any gain for the year, which means they pay no income tax as a corporate entity. And when you do the reverse engineering of the numbers, you find out, oh yeah, well they hauled in 20 million in interest. They hauled in 40 million in profits from their stores, or whatever that number is, and then they wrote off 80 million in losses. But that was a write-off. And now they don't pay tax on the gains, you see. It's just smart accounting. Now we'll find out, once that is all done, we'll do our homework and dissect the numbers. The analysts who are looking for eyeballs to just get views are going to run headlines. GameStop sales drop 40%. GameStop profits or losses accumulate. Company in big trouble. I mean, they'll just hype disastrous headlines, ignoring that they got 4.6 billion in cash, ignoring that in the next year doing nothing will make them 200 million in interest, and ignoring that the stores they've kept are profitable stores. And so now it's all profits from here. But you know how this game works. There's the people who need eyeballs to stay alive, and then there are investors. And there's your difference. And then there are option writers. And here they are. Giddy up. We'll see if the market sees through all this nonsense that's coming up in the next 48 hours or 24 hours. We'll see what gives. Thank you, everybody. Bobby, and that bucket of chicken took 30 to 45 minutes to make. You had to sit there with your mouth watering. You remember that? Yeah, you used to. There was nowhere really to sit either. It was kind of those.
You had the window, there was a little ledge you could kind of prop yourself.
Well, I remember the KFC in our neighborhood in Kitchener, Ontario, Waterloo, Ontario. You parked your car and you had to walk into the store. And the front of the store was maybe 5 feet of distance between the front window and the counter. And then behind the counter was a wall, and there was a hole in the wall that was between the counter and the kitchen in the back. And so you could kind of look through the hole there to see what they were doing. but you couldn't see what was happening in the corners and all that sort of stuff because it's all behind machines and stuff. But the whole restaurant smelled like KFC. You just, oh, KFC, that was just coming up. And they would be constantly cranking out oodles of chicken. Now, during dinner time, they knew they would have 50 people coming in that would order 3-piece, 4-piece meals, 9-piece meals, buckets of chicken, barrels of chicken. So they were making several hundred pieces of chicken on the go. So occasionally you would get in there and it would take 5 minutes. But there were times where you had to wait 15, 20 minutes as the chicken was finishing up in the pressure cookers. They had a couple of them going at the same time. It was unbelievable. It was just, as a kid, you were blown away by it because you had no concept. I had no concept of a franchise operation, how they did what they did. I never worked in the KFC as a kid. I wouldn't have wanted to. And you didn't understand what the volume of business they would do in a typical day. But their biggest days were Saturdays, Sundays for family business, but Monday to Friday, it was lunchtime for people coming in, ordering up 3-4-piece chicken meals to go to take back to their offices or whatever. But that was another time. No drive-through. There was no such thing as a drive-through. You got your stuff, you walked back to your car, got in it, and drove away. Some people ate chicken in the parking lot. Some, not many. Most people took it with them. They were buying food for the family, lunch or dinner. Way back when, no Visa cards, no MasterCards, no debit cards, cash only was being done in those days. And if you had a corporate event, you would go to that store the week before and you would talk to the manager and you would tell the manager, I've got a picnic, a company picnic next Saturday. I'm expecting 40 people. The manager would work out with you, okay, you're going to need 5 buckets or 6 barrels of chicken or whatever the number is for that number of people, depending on how many adults and children you got. It's a family reunion. Okay, you're going to need potato salad. You're going to need the coleslaw salad. You're going to need fries or mashed potatoes, whatever you want. And we'll set a whole party thing up, and it's going to run, $220 or whatever the number was, whatever. I don't know what the number. And you would write a check for that. They would accept your check for that. Of course, if you walked in there looking homeless and tried to order $300 of the chicken, you're not going to write a check. But corporations, companies would have company picnics in the summertime for families. There'd be a family get-together. There might be 30 employees plus 40 other guests, 70 people. $250 hit in 1968. That's a lot of dough. But that would cover the whole gang. And that might include pop or not. I think they sold pop in 2-liter bottles in those days. You could buy a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi or Coke. If I recall, I don't believe those days they had cans. They may have had glass bottles, individual glass bottles, but I know that overall they would have fridges of drinks. In some cases, KFCs didn't have drinks at all. They just had the chicken. They didn't even think about beverages. Came later. It's unbelievable. It's so archaic. Think about it. Blair, this is possible. They say they make less sales, but they are always making more money. Gamestop, yeah. We're going to find out. The thing I want to know about GameStop as well is their gross sales will be X amount of money. Their cost of sales will be X amount of money. Then there will be the head office expenses, the admin expenses. And those have been dropping every quarter for 6-7 quarters in a row now, if not longer. Ever since really 2022, I think Ryan Cohen has reduced the admin cost of the company because they've let go all kinds of vice presidents. They've let go all kinds of legal staff, all the people they needed to handle all their leases. They've let zillions of those guys go. They don't need as many accountants anymore. They don't have operations in all these countries. They don't have all these thousands of stores. 5,500 stores once What are they down to now? 2,500, 3,000 stores? Lower staff required to run the whole thing. They've shut down the warehouse in Pennsylvania. They shut down the warehouse in Reno, if it ever even opened. They've probably shut down regional offices, and they're just consolidating everything, which means they're lowering their overheads by millions of dollars every 90 days. I don't think they're done yet. I think they continue this for another year. But I'm looking for that number. I'm looking for that number, which shows me that their margins are improving. For every dollar coming into a cash register, the gross profit of sales is higher margins. That offsets some of the losses in sales. Not all of it, but some of it. But certainly getting rid of admin people, that adds to the bottom line and makes it less painful. We have a lot to follow, and we'll wait and see what it has to be. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bobby, it's just business, Jerry. They write it off. Do you even know what a write-off is? No, but they do. They write it off. Kramer and Jerry discussing write-offs. They just write it off. Do you know what a write-off is? No, they just write it off. All right, kids, I got to go. Thank you, everyone, for being with me today. 168 of you are still here. Brave people. Thank you all. Make a lot of money, please. Just make a ton of money in this market. Take advantage of these opportunities to write contracts, credit spreads, cash secured puts. Take the dough. Thank you again for 193 thumbs ups today. Thank you, everybody. 7 away. We're going to get to 200 today. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for answering the poll question today. Have a super rest of your morning and afternoon out there. Get richer. Charlie, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Get richer. Neat. Splair. Seinfeld is always good. I have a relaxed day, you everybody. Boeing Tiger. Neat. Fake. Thank you all. We'll see you later today if we can on the close regarding the GameStop situation. We'll send out a notification once the show is organized. We'll figure it out. And we'll see what happens today. I don't know. See what gives. Giddy up. Aurora, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Have a great day, Savage of Wall Street said. James the Misty Tree, Big E, neat, zzz, at the end. You never forget the zzz at the end there. And Jeff, thank you for the knee emojis. Don't forget the Knights of Knee. Must be honored. Don't ignore those Knights of Knee. All right, guys. Enjoy. We'll see you later today. Jen and I are going to say goodbye in 3, 2, 1. Bye.